Hello everyone, it is it is Thursday night. I don't know what day it is. It's Thursday night and it is time for round 2 of season 9 of IRC, and it is the Monaco Grand Prix. My goodness me, I gotta say, remember last year we had like 3 races in a row, which I gotta say was probably quite a crucial part of the season, wasn't it? And we got exactly the same again here this season as well. We got 3 very difficult circuits, and this really starts us off at the Monaco Grand Prix. This is the most important qualifying session of the season, and we are now about to get underway in just a jiffy as well. We've got 19 cars on this circuit. How are they all going to fit on there? I hear you ask that. Well, we could do a Formula 2. I was supposed to have 2 groupings for qualifying, but no, we're not going to be doing that one, are we? And if it's anything like the Japanese Grand Prix, I gotta say, I have got a bottle of water here tonight because I am going to definitely need that. I love Monaco because the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, I think it's been absolutely mega, hasn't it? We've had Dave Shaw that took a Monaco Grand Prix win. We've had Matt take a Monaco Grand Prix win. We have had Sprint taking a Monaco Grand Prix win as well. It has been I gotta say, the last couple of seasons have been absolutely mega. They really have indeed. Let me quickly get the old stream up, and then job's a good one, isn't it? I've also got for me big old tablet as well because you know, I love all me gadgets and gizmos and everything because yeah, it makes me feel important. And you can see them. We're just getting ready to get going in just a jiffy as well as I turn myself down because I don't want to listen to myself. I can't believe that you guys want to listen to me. Goodness me. Anyway, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? So having a beautiful just a beautiful little preview of Monaco, the sights and sounds of Monaco. It's absolutely splendid, isn't it? And let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? Well, Steve won the race last time out, didn't he? In fantastic form, I gotta say. Steve, from start to finish, just had that race in the palm of his hand. Then he was absolutely mega. Roscoe was second. Sammy, the double world champion, only third. Timmy in 4th position. There, I apologise, I had my head, my mic up. 5th position was Asdog, who also got fast up. 6th position was Matt. 7th was Sprint. 8th Fizzy, and 9th was Double. I think that Frisky Biscuit got a I think he also got a 6th position or 7th position on so he would also, I think he was a reserve last time, but I'm sure that he's been promoted to the Renault team as well. Unfortunately, as we just take a look, then I don't think we got a second Renault in there, Bollocks, which is absolutely devastating. It really is indeed. That, of course, then it's also if I'm not very much mistaken as well, it's quite a pit lane out there at the moment. I'm loving it. In the well, I'm not loving it because I like cars. In the constructors standings, it looks like there's Racing Point have taken an early advantage of 4 points in front of Red Bull second. AlphaTauri in 3rd position. We got 4th position for the Mercedes team. 5th position is the Renault team. 6th position is Alfa Romeo. 7th, and then after that is 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's all that is the cars that haven't scored any points so far. I was just taking a look at a double now as well as he is just accelerating out then and coming up into Casino Square now then as he's just dropping down the hill and coming into the Mirabeau now as on board of double. I think that well, Joe, I think the double was saying that last week, or along those lines. That I think, unfortunately, for double, this it's going to be last week. He's going to be racing, I think, for the foreseeable future, which is absolutely devastating for me, as for a couple of days, for at least a week or two. So hopefully Double will be back in action in a not too distant future, but hopefully has a good race weekend as well. Of course, we've also got the Mika Hakkinen Trophy. I think I was trying to explain it last week, and I got interrupted there of all the action going off in the Japanese Grand Prix, which was round 1 last season. We've got a yellow flag down at Mirabeau already. Yeah, last week, of course, we've got the Mika Hakkinen Trophy. Any of the drivers that hasn't finished on the podium in their IRC career, oh goodness me, I think we just had a McLaren now. They just did a bit of Matrix style there. Anyone who hasn't finished on the podium will of course then will be, oh, it's Double has kissed the Armco barrier then, and oh dear, and I think, is he damaged the car? I think he has. There's end plate damage on Double's Alfa Romeo, oh dear, and oh, this is not good at all, is it, for Double Cream Cat then? He's getting out of the way now, and I think he's going to be is he letting someone pass? No, not quite then. Because no one is behind him at the moment. So double there having a brush with the Armco straight from the get-go then. Of course, this track is very famous, isn't it, really? It's a jewel in the crown of Formula 1. It really is, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant around here. Some people say that maybe modern Formula 1's outgrown this location. Perhaps. But I got to say, it felt weird not going to Monaco in 2020, and I do miss it personally. I mean, yes, it's not the most exciting Grand Prix of the calendar, is it? But it's a test, isn't it? And it's absolutely amazing how the drivers can concentrate for 78 odd laps there. Sometimes it's really it's about a mental strength as well as physical. This sport is out. So I feel that I think that Monaco deserves a place on the Formula 1 calendar, which not a lot of people probably won't agree with me on that one. But there you go then. And talking of Monaco, this is the last time that Aston was on pole position in an IRC race, then, which was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? I think that was the year where Dave won, wasn't it? Incredible stuff indeed. And it was absolutely incredible scenes in season 6 there. Great stuff indeed. Aslong's gone fast and JJ is 6 seconds off the pace at the moment then as we are entering the opening stages of this qualifying session. Fizzy has just gone second fastest in the Mercedes-Benz but Brown has done a very impressive time as well, but Timmy there has just really scorched his way through qualifying. A lap here in Monaco, and he is was fastest. Here is the man who missed out on the championship last season. Was he the best driver in the whole overall season? I don't mean to be harsh, but no, he wasn't, as it was T. Sammy that was the best driver overall, so he won the championship, of course. And that is it's basically like in football, really. It doesn't matter how you play through the course. It doesn't matter if you play like really well for most of the season. If you do not win the league, you do not deserve to win the league. Then, unfortunately for Maxi there, he just came up slightly a bit short. Then you might look back on there some races there where Maxi possibly could have and should have got more points as well. Then Val, then of course, we're a new gamer tag. Then I've got to say, I'm very happy that I actually noticed that, really. So I'm very much on the ball tonight then. Valentine IRC then, or Valentine, I think it's Valentine, isn't it? Like as in Valentino Rossi then. Let's see, as of course, remember when Val started his IRC World Championship campaign last season and made his debut. I think he went about 5, 6, 7, 8, I think he went 10 races, didn't he, without with scoring points straight from the get-go. This man was absolutely on fire, wasn't he? He's a points collector, isn't he? Steve he's hit the Armco, the outside of the swimming pool section. Steve has gone pole position, and then he was on pole last time out in the Japanese Grand Prix as well. It's you could say it's very similar to Suzuka, isn't it? Apart from, it's not, is it really? It's the only thing you can class it as similar. It's very narrow here, like it is in Suzuka's Frisky Biscuit. Once again, underlining his prowess in a Formula 1 car, isn't it? Made his debut last time out in the Japanese Grand Prix, and I think he is going to be a full-time driver for the Renault team this season. Unfortunately, we haven't got no sprint here tonight as well, so I think Sprint and Frisky are going to have a great season, isn't they? Sprint is already a constructors World Champion. He won this event last time out as well, didn't he? Last season, and a fine start. So AlphaTauri 1-2, wasn't it? The moment of the season. This race was last season. Will it be the same again this season? Well, I got to say, Monaco usually springs up some incredible races, don't it, over the years then. Frisky's now just coming down in the Nouveau chicane then, or the Seafront chicane I used to call it, but I think it's actually the Nouveau chicane, isn't it? Here's Matt then. I think there's Matt probably I love his gold helmet, by the way. That's fantastic helmet there. Oh gosh, there, I love it. As he comes into the Lowe's hairpin now. There's his teammate Double there just in the background as well. Frisky is in the wall. Frisky's incredible qualifying performance, albeit of 7 minutes, has come to an end there, and it's come to a screeching end as well. I don't think it is in Raskas, if I'm not very much mistaken there. I think it is in Raskas, isn't it? Just before Anthony Nogues then, and Mason C, we're just on board with him now, but that is oh dear, he is in the wall then. Yes, it's a place where it's a reserve for Ferrari, isn't it? Unfortunately for Frisky, he is out of qualifying, and we've also got another car in the wall as well. I'm thinking, it's JJ's gone into there's a Haas behind him as well, and oh my word then, what has occurred here is Petty and JJ is out of the qualifying session as well. Just as George Creswell says, go on Frisky boy, he is in the Armco, and Penny is I'm not sure if he's stuck behind stuck behind JJ or what then, but he's now going for it. Oh no, yeah, he's inside JJ at the moment. Oh goodness me, then that is a very naughty, isn't it? Really? Oh gosh, maybe we need to censor this. And Penny's been disqualified from this session. Absolute anarchy here in the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying. This is the most important qualifying session of the season. Wow, unfortunately for Frisky, he is not going to qualify any higher than 14th on the grid. Then. Michael Preston saying, "My guy." Unfortunately, his guy is well. I'm not. I would have definitely blamed George there for going in the wall then, but of course, then as I deem that nothing's my fault. Then something's going on with. Oh dear, what is occurring here? Then there's. It was quite a quiet and calm qualifying session. Now all of a sudden, things have really lit up on the track, and also it looks like it's got a bit fiery in the cockpits of these drivers as well, haven't they? Oh goodness me. So let's take stock of what has just occurred in the last couple of minutes in this qualifying session. Penny is disqualified from the qualifying session. It looks like he got stuck behind JJ's Ferrari there. I'm surprised he didn't reverse, but unless there's something untoward happened now. T. Sammy's retired, but he is safe and sound in the pit lane. Yeah, so Penny. So for some reason, Penny just couldn't. I think that something else was damaged on the Haas car, or whatever the case may be. Penny. The bottom line is he is out of qualifying, and he's going to be very disappointed. And Roscoe's coming out on the it's out on the lap now. And Ron Bohr of Rizzlesticks in the AlphaTauri. Can he emulate the AlphaTauri team winning this race last season? Remember, I think that Rizzlesticks has shown in the past that he has a lot of potential, doesn't he? He has shown it in Austria. I've got to say that is one of the highlights of my season last season, was actually seeing Rizzlesticks really putting his talent to good, really putting his talent and showing the world what he can do in Austria. Fantastic stuff indeed there. So hopefully he can show more of the same again as well. Just watching Michael Preston saying, "Evening Sean, swap my pedals around and forgot about it. So annoyed then." I gotta say, I wish I could say the same, but I just get confused with my lefts and rights then, so I can't even say that anyone swaps my pedals around. George Cresswell, to be fair, Mr. Announcer Man, I blame me too then. Well, to be fair, it's probably not your fault, but when I race and something goes wrong, I always have to blame someone else but myself, because it's never my fault, even though it blatantly is my fault, because I'm not a very good driver. And talking of which, actually, one of my lowest points in my IRC career, which is why I'm up here now, is I crashed into Roscoe here as well. I always say it every time I'm qualified. Oh, is that with doubles going to the barrier there? Every time we're here in Monaco, I always bring it up. Then it's I'm not proud of it. It's actually here where I crashed into Roscoe. But I lost my head really, and I was trying so hard not to go to the barrier that I unfortunately totaled Roscoe there, which it's not my finest moment, I must say, as he's coming into Mirabel now as well. Of course, Roscoe had going back to more positive things as we come into the Lowe's hairpin then. I don't think that's called the Lowe's hairpin anymore, is it? But unfortunately, I live in the past, so all my F1 data is probably from the mid to late 90s, maybe even early 2000s there, because I struggled to move on. Is that Roscoe is now coming into the no-foul chicane then, which it was called the seafront chicane, or Murray Walker called it. Anyway, Roscoe there, I've got to say, felt like he was short in the first part of the no-foul chicane now, but it doesn't matter, the map is still not red, so that's all that matters, isn't it? Into the second part of the swimming pool as well. We've had a lot of incidents there over the years. Friendzone comes to mind there in 2003 in the Monaco Grand Prix. Also, we've had Verstappen go in the wall there as well in 2016, and I'm sure he did in 2018 as well. And so, not a very happy hunting ground for Max Verstappen. Roscoe is currently in 8th position so far. In the drop zone at the moment, we've lost Penny. He's disqualified, so he's right at the back then. PB, who doesn't really come out in qualifying then, is he's rather saves his priors for the race then. We have also got JJ out qualifying as well. He crashed coming out of the tunnel as well. We've also had incidents coming out of the tunnel as well. We'll touch on those a bit later on, shall we? Unfortunately, JJ's out just there. Just there is where he retired. And I'm not sure him and Penny came to blows or whatnot, but unfortunately, both of them there, that was in their qualifying session. Gaz in 16th position at the moment there. He has not set a representative time just yet, but hopefully he can in the not too distant future. And unfortunately, Frisky Biscuit went to the barrier just in front of us there. as his pedals were switched around then. So of course I think the Renault team there, who I think that they must have accidentally swapped their pedals around then. Perhaps it might have been Cyril Beatball, who's probably a bit unhappy about his departure from the Renault. Was it the Alpine team? Alpine team is now then, but it's still Renault in IRC season 9 then, so that's what I'm going to call it then. Roscoe goes across the line then, he's a 10 for a second start, and going for a second bite of the chair as well. Talking to sprint then, the man who won this race last year is in the comments there. Evening legend, good evening sprint as well. I hope you're having a great day. Unfortunately you're not in this race as well, because it would have been great to see sprint now maybe emulate what he had last season of an incredible win as well. Matt would like to get his second, as well. He was very unfortunate in Japan, wasn't it? It's him and Steve came to blows at turn 1, didn't they? As you guys were saying in the comments there, very much centre and process, wasn't it, back in 1990, which I got to say I kind of enjoyed, but I kind of didn't as well, because I do love a good incident. To be honest, I'm all about the entertainment, and luckily I'm not a steward. So if I was a steward, I would not like the incidents at all then. But it's all about action in my eyes. But unfortunately, though, it did take one of the probably one of the major players in the Japanese Grand Prix out straight from the get-go. But Matt did a very good job actually to recover and score a well-deserved 7th position, I think then. And as he's now coming into Anthony notes as well, Michael Preston saying, "Nah, it's always George. It's always his fault." Oh, brutal. Yep, I think of course Frisky Biscuit has blamed George, unfortunately. So we have to take his word for it. Of course, it's great to have you along tonight, George. Then, and yep, I hope you enjoy the spectacle here tonight. And of course, I enjoy your company as well. Then, so keep your comments coming in, guys. You're really keeping me on my toes. As of course, I need to be on my toes anyway, because I'm rather short. I'm a bit stumpy, to be honest. So what's going on out there at the moment? Now, you don't hear about my height, do you, or lack of it? Hogg at the moment is 13th at the moment, but he's fashioning a new trend of front wing now. I love that trend of front wing. Maybe they should have that in the real world of Formula 1, perhaps. Hopefully the new 2022 cars might make it a bit more challenging, perhaps. So we're going to leave Hogg to it then, because he seems to be shedding a lot of debris off that McLaren. We're watching Gaz at the moment, and he's 1.2 seconds up in the second intermediate split time, and he's doing a very good job there, looking very neat and tidy there through the second part of the swimming pool. Now into Mirabeau as well. There's a lovely I think it's a bar there, isn't there, or something like those. I'd love to go to Monaco one year, but of course you need to have a pretty penny or 5, don't you, if you want to enjoy yourself. Gaz coming over the line as well. He is still 16th at the moment, and he's still out qualifying. He needs to get inside Frisky's time, or just around it, but unfortunately I'm not sure if that might happen, so he might have 5 cars out rather than 4 at this stage then, and that's going to be it's going to be difficult. Look at Gaz's rear end now. Goodness me. I thought we was going to see an accident there coming into the Casino Square. Now coming into Mirabeau as well. Now before coming into the Lowe's hairpin. The tightest turn on the F1 calendar. I think it's the slowest, isn't it? Definitely. There's a touch of about 20 miles an hour that Gaz wasn't he? Before accelerating back away now in coming out of Portier and into the tunnel as well then. As we fly out and back into the sunlight as well then. Of course there did used to be a building on that left hand side. There is I really like the long shot, especially I just get reminded of Damon Hill and like the greats like Michael Schumacher and all that bursting out of the tunnel there. Unfortunately now they put that, now they're like building Monaco now out to sea, aren't they, because it's a very small little very small coastal line, isn't it, the Monaco Grand Prix. I don't really know how to describe it, to be honest, but as Gas comes into the pits there with 2 minutes to go. It's a short lap around here. Look, it's only 70 odd seconds there, so Gas could, if Haas are a bit quick about it, they might be able to get themselves in and back out. Fizzy's on and lap as well. Oh goodness me, the back end trying to squirrel out as he comes through Portier. Jensen Button's last Formula 1 memory from my point of view, so when he decided to tip Pascal Wehrlein on its Sauber on its side there, and that was the end of that really, which is a shame for Button, because his last qualifying session I think was absolutely magical, wasn't it? I think he put that McLaren, the 2017 McLaren, which was a bit of a dud really, wasn't it, if we're going to be honest, up into a very fine I think it was 10th or 9th, wasn't he? He was on a great qualifying session there, Button was. Unfortunately his actual race didn't really didn't really. Well, it's going to be difficult from where he's starting in Monaco, isn't it? As a difficult track this is to overtake is probably one of the most difficult is on the F1 calendar, isn't it? We go from one Mercedes to another now, so we've gone from Fizzy to Timmy. Here is Timmy then, of course. He's been on pole position 3 times in his IRC career, hasn't he? Timmy is a very quick qualifier, isn't he? Lovely helmet as well. It's out of this world, I think, then from Timmy, as he is now coming into Mirabeau as well. Then, of course, I did make reference about Ferrari a couple of moments ago, then, where it's reserved for Ferrari, isn't it? When Michael Schumacher decided to park there in 2006 qualifying session to stop Alonso from getting pole position, or well, it seemed that way anyway. Whether he did or not remains to be seen. And as we just got Fizzy there cruising on the inside there, but whatever the case was, Schumacher was relegated to the back of the field then and had a bit of a tough road race, didn't he? Also, I think we had Kimi Räikkönen and Felipe Massa have a similar problem there. As Kimi Räikkönen, I think, damaged one of the steering arms, didn't he, on this Ferrari in the second part of the swimming pool, and unfortunately couldn't turn right, could he? And that's why didn't Hog touch the bar there. I think he definitely kissed the apex of the outside of to back there. Yeah, so unfortunately Raikkonen damaged his steering arm there, and unfortunately his partner. And then we had Massa who come around the outside there as well. Yeah, it wasn't a very good corner for a couple of races in Ferrari's history there. Hog goes 13 fast around in the McLaren, and I'm not sure if he'd be too happy with that. And Steve there is still faster there, but Matt is throwing himself in the second. Matt's looking very strong this year, isn't he? Especially in qualifying trim anyway. Well, the first four parts of qualifying anyway of the season, and he's definitely been very impressive, hasn't he? Indeed, that. Of course, but of course he would love to get on the front row again here tonight. Then, let's hope that himself and Steve gives themselves a bit more room for manoeuvre then. And he's coming into lows as well. Then. So that's the end of qualifying then, and. Unfortunately, we have lost Penny, who's been disqualified, so he is in the worst place in Monaco. Well, it depends on how you see it, really, because you're kind of not in the carbon fibre zone, are you? So Penny could just watch the world go by, really, kind of thing, and just pace himself at the back, whilst I saw Anarchy in front of him. But he is at the back of the field, isn't it? Which, to be honest, I would say is probably the worst place in Monaco. Then we've got PB, who decided that he wasn't going to come out of the pits here today, as, of course, I think PB only took part in 2 qualifying sessions last season, didn't he? He is not a fan of qualifying, is he? So PB isn't. So he's more about the racing etiquette, isn't he? Right then, as I've said, isn't he a very lot of amount of time? So also is JJ. He was crashed at the exit of the tunnel there. We didn't see what happened, but him and Penny was in close vicinity of each other. So I've put 2 and 2 together and come up with about 48 probably. Gaz also out of qualifying, so out in 16th in the Haas. Frisky unfortunately crashing at Mirabeau. And if he wants to keep on with his 100% point scoring record, he needs to have a very good race, does he, to even get into the top 10. Well, we're going into qualifying 2 then, and let me get comfy, because this is going to get very good indeed, isn't it, in the next 20 minutes or so. And of course, it's the most important qualifying session of the season, as I just mentioned. So 14 cars in at qualifying 2. Then we've got 15 minutes to find the 4 slowest cars, or to find the cars that can actually navigate this 15-minute session, because as we've already seen there, it's very perilous indeed. Then this second part of qualifying session, of course, is all about strategy, isn't it? And just making sure then that you are going to be just making sure that you want to start on whatever tires you want if you get into qualifying 3, of course. The interesting thing here is, though, what is better, having a better strategy or having track position? I would definitely say it's about having track position, surely. That's what I would do anyway, but of course do not take any notice of what I think, because I speak absolute rubbish more often than not then. But Double's not interested about the strategy. He might be more interested about the soft tires, but maybe the soft tires are the way to go, and perhaps then normally, more often than not, it is probably better to start on the medium tires, because you give yourself a greater window, don't you, of a strategy and things like, just in case you can cover off safety cars and all that kind of jazz. Then on board then with Double S, he's coming into Mirabeau as well, as now coming into the lows hairpin. And so Double is out to then, followed by McLaren. We've got 2 McLarens out there, 2 Mercedes, 2 Williams, 2 Alfa Romeos as well. Double's teammate Matt has also appeared on the course, and we've also got an Alpha Tari of Rizzle Sticks as well. So it's a party out there, and of course there's usually a party atmosphere here in Monaco, and I think that we'd all love to be there right now, wouldn't we? As double there is just coming into the Nouvelle chicane. And of course, unfortunately, I've heard about Charles Leclerc catching COVID. That's 2 drivers now, isn't it? Over the winter period. Over the winter period, there is Lando Norris also caught as well. So hopefully, get well soon and be ready, raring fit and raring to go for the. What's it? I was going to say time trial for the pre-season testing of the Bahrain, isn't it? Of course, there. So that is where they're starting pre-season testings in Bahrain rather than Spain. So we've got yellow flags out at the swimming pool section as well. But never mind about that. I think it's the 2 Williamses there just trying to get out of each other's way, perhaps, and they do not want to cause each other to have any hold-ups. And now Brown and Val. Brown had a very difficult return to IRC last time out in Japan there. So hopefully he'll be able to get himself. I think that this is his second week back though, so he's just going to be building up confidence now, isn't he, Brown? But I've got to say, a very tough start to this round. I thought it's a brutal start to this round, season number 9. Goodness me, I've got to get my teeth back in. The season number 9, and of course, we're here in Monaco, Azerbaijan next week, followed by Vietnam, then 3 of the toughest race courses in the world, then before hopping over to Hungary, then as we go to technical for the Hungarian Grand Prix before going to Brazil. And of course, I'm really looking forward to Brazil. One of the best tracks on the racing on the calendar as well. I think that's probably the first real racetrack where you can really show your real skill, don't you? Well, there's different types of skill out there, isn't it? Because I think that this Monaco Grand Prix, if you survive, it's all of then you're going to be absolutely hailed as a hero, aren't you? And of course, this is exactly what Double would like. This is exactly kind of circuit Double wants, isn't it? This environment Double absolutely thrives in, doesn't he? He's a point scorer, isn't he? Timmy going fast at the moment. Mason going second fast at the McLaren. Unfortunately, Mason didn't get any points either on the first time of asking, but hopefully we'll get some points here today. We've got yellow flags in 3 as one of the Mercedes has come across for his Fizzy. Fizzy is out of the car. He's out of the qualifying section. He is done. I think he's done a Rosberg. Remember, Rosberg crashed there in 2008 in the Williams when it was a very saturated Monaco Grand Prix, wasn't it? It was raining, wasn't it? And then it dried up towards the end. But that is brutal, isn't it, for Fizzy? So he's the first car in the Armco barrier at the swimming pool in qualifying 2. Aston goes fast. He loves this circuit at the moment. Aston, this was his last time he had pole position in IRC. And then yellow flags in the tunnel as well as when McLaren. Oh, and who's that rolling down the hill? I think it's Rizzle, isn't it? Yeah, Rizzle's had some issues going up the hill. He's 6 fastest at the moment now. And once again, a drama in this qualifying session. See there, it's coming out of Anthony Noakes as well. That was the brain behind this incredible Monaco Grand Prix. He goes fastest on medium tires. Well, he's just thrown the gauntlet down, hasn't he, Steve? Impressive stuff indeed then. Here's Roscoe coming into to back as well. I gotta say, to back then through the swimming pool 1 and 2 section, absolutely magnificent. It really is. It's the you absolutely love it. You get proper. Oh goodness me! Then we got the 2 Alpha Towers, and now Roscoe's in the wall. He clipped the inside of the Auntie Noakes end, and now he's in the barrier. Oh dear! Then that's not good, is it? As oh gosh, then this is oh dear, that's not good at all, is it, for Roscoe then? And yeah, he's done a 17. He's got to come back in the pitch, but luckily for I think that Max has just driven over the wing of Roscoe, and Max goes faster by 5 tenths of a second. He's on the softer tyre, of course. So, oh my word, then Garfield and just the evening show might have to give a commentary a go. This race thing is not doing well for me. Haha. That's why I've got to say this was the race which kind of marked the beginning and the end of my my IRC career in a car, as I took out Roscoe. But yes, if I got to say, commentary's a lot easier than actually than driving around this circuit. It's brutal, isn't it? And we've already seen there fit the likes of Fizzy and Roscoe, 2 of the most experienced drivers on the grid, then on the field. Unfortunately, have been into the arm cut. There's Roscoe taking a shortcut there, more keen to more of the Odo circuit there. If the Nova chicane there was a lot straighter, wasn't it, than what it is these days, but of course luckily they did slow that down. I think Prost had a big old smash there in 1982, didn't he? And that was a very unusual Grand Prix because no one seemed to want to win that race, did they? We had I think we had 3 laps to go, and we had the likes of Patrese, I think Prost, and then we had Peroni, and I think the Chitter could have led the race as well at one point, goodness me, before unfortunately I think he broke down, didn't he, in his Alfa Romeo way back when. on board with Val at the moment as he is coming in to the tunnel, then flying past her as well. Val is then on the medium tires in the Williams, then coming out into the sunshine and breaking into the Nouvelle chicane as well. Then lovely stuff. And look at how close he gets to the barrier then, and now accelerates away, coming into the back as well. Incredible stuff indeed. Martin Brundle, a big old shun there, and how is Val kept out of the barrier now? Goodness me, the back end is trying to step out. He's into the Armco on the outside though. Oh my word there. But Val giving it all kinds of way then. Welly, I should say, now coming into Anthony Noakes as well. DRS, only one DRS zone around here, of course. And Val comes across the line, and even with the brush with the Armco, he is still 6 fast then. And I've got to say, on that lap then, he was really living every inch of this circuit. Brilliant stuff indeed. That's what F1 should be like. And I love that lap. That was great. I'm not sure if Val would have loved it too much. So when he was going into the swimming pool section on board of Hogg at the moment, as he's on a quick lap there. Val there, just get out of the way then of Hogg. I think he did a good job there, to be honest. Val did, as he's damaged the end plate on that Williams there, so he's going to have to come back in and repair that. With 7 minutes to go, he's got players time. There's now for him out in front of Hogg at the moment now, and this is where it's going. I've got to say, I didn't really see much traffic problems in qualifying one then. I didn't. Perhaps the drivers in the driver chat might be reporting something different, but I didn't see any problems with the traffic in the qualifying one then. Lovely stuff. As you heard the Renault engine there just purr as he accelerated out of the Nouvelle chicane as well. Coming through to the back as well. Maxi has retired from the session and he is fairly happy at the top of the tree, isn't he? Of course, Maxi's first Grand Prix start of IRC season 9 then. So, of course, the man who possibly could have and should have won the championship last season, probably, but I think that unfortunately he didn't know, did he? But hopefully he can hopefully he can have a better fist of things this season. But I've got to say, he had a great season last season, didn't he, Max? He was absolutely mega. He because in his first season, in season 7, he showed the speed, but he seemed to be involved in a couple of mishaps. I remember Monza, for example, and those mishaps would more often than not end his race there or his event. But last season, if he had some mishaps there, he somehow carried the car home, didn't he? And that's what really improved Maxi's chance of winning the championship last season. This season, gotta go slightly better, but you have to be on it. You have to be on your game through every race of every season, of every qualifying of every race of every season, don't you? Oh, it's double there. Unfortunately, Poitier, there's a barrier that sticks out there. Of course, it's the tyre barrier, and unfortunately, double there just tipped him into the wall there, and that's damaged the Alfa Romeo. And double there, who's also skating across the Nouvelle chicane as well, unfortunately. So that's doubles lap then of doubles lap done. Brown there getting a bit wobbly on the old rear there. Goodness me, that it's like the old Renault Megane advert, wasn't it? Of shaking that booty. But Brown there going through Saint Devote, and now he's into Casino Square. By the way, I'm completely far beyond there because he's not in Saint Devote at all, is he? He's 4/10 of a second down there on the medium tires. I'm sure he did his first lap on the soft tires, perhaps. So that might be the reason why Brown was just seeing what was out there in terms of grip. Unfortunately, the grip hasn't improved too much from Brown's point of view then, so he's going to have to come back. I think he's going to have to come back in the pits there and go for another bite of the cherry then. On board him at the moment, he's 5th fast. He's just dropped down a couple of positions there. He is still on those medium tires, and Matt wants to go for a very long first stint, so he doesn't get caught out and having to pit early and then go through the traffic. The traffic is going to be a crucial part in this race there. This is the shortest track, I think, in terms of distance, if I'm not very much mistaken. But of course, then in terms of lap time, though, isn't it? Of course, the shortest lap of Formula 1 then was actually, well, apart from Sakira this season, was actually the Australian Grand Prix, isn't it? Where you do 1 minute and 4 is around there, maybe even 1 minute and 3 if the weather is absolutely to your liking. Matt then out of Mirabel then as well. Here comes car 40 then curving through Anthony Noakes as well. Then DRS, only one DRS zone around this circuit. You could probably have it in the tunnel as he's just improved to 3rd. You could have DRS zone in the tunnel there, but does it cause havoc though with your? It causes havoc with the air and all that kind of stuff, doesn't it? So that's probably why they don't do it really. And Timmy is 9/10 of a second up here. Goodness me, he's having a good old fist of things here, isn't he? Now coming into Anthony, coming into Mirabeau as well. He went a bit wide there. He's really compromised himself, hasn't he? Timmy has. He might have lost a huge chunk of time there from car 81, but it is still enough there to improve by a second and a half there. And he is the fastest of the runners out there, apart from Maxi, who is not in his qualifying session. as he has put his feet up and got the paper out, hasn't he? And probably enjoying some lovely summer reading. Rizzle Six, I think it was 3/10 of a second up in the in his last lap, and so he's improved to, well, he's not fastest still. I think Double is having another bite of the cherry as well, as he's just coming out of the he's just out of the on and out of the moment. And we've also got Hog as well, who is just navigating himself around the new Val chicane as Rizzle Six are just getting out of the way then. Good 70 done from Rizzle Six then on board then with Hog. And now then going into the swimming pool section as well then. So he's about to wind up and start his lap then. 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session then. Look at that, look at this, so how much he slows down there, Hog is then. It was a deep breath out from Hog, wasn't it? And now then he is now going for it then. This might be the one of his last laps here in the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying session. He's gone very deep into Sandoval. I think he's compromised his exit. He hasn't damaged the car, but I think he might have really compromised his exit going up the hill then. And you can't really do that because you're going to just be losing time all the way up that very steep incline there going into Casino Square. And he's 2/10 of a second down, Hog is that. It's not millions miles away, but unfortunately I feel that Hog might just have to back off there and go for all or nothing. Has he got enough fuel in the car? I think around here a lot of drivers probably have fueled up for at least 2 runs and maybe more, because it is such an error generator this circle is, isn't it? Going to Lowe's hairpin as well. Double is, we're on board. Double is currently in a very strong 12th position about that. Roscoe is come out on track as well. Then of course last time we said Roscoe's in the Armco barrier coming out of the last corner. Unfortunately, luckily though, he's still in this race, so isn't he? Still in the qualifying session, I should say. We can't say the same for Fizzy, who is unfortunately out quite early on. Then is one of the Williamses that just got out of the way as well. I think it might be Val. On board Double then, he's 3/10 a second up in the second split time then for Double is. Where is that going to pull him? That's going to move his time higher up. He ain't going to get himself in front of Hog at the moment, and Hog is actually back in the pits then. So that is not good then. I don't think, is Hog going to have enough time to come back in and turn that car around? I'm not sure if he is. So this might be bad news for Hog then. Double improves the time by half a second, but not his position. He is still 12th though, Double is, and he's moved the bar slightly lower for Roscoe to beat then. T-Town's retired from the session and he is happy. He is happy in the top 6. And what about Mason? Mason's in the top 8 at the moment. He is now in the top 5. And once again, Mason has shown absolutely stupendous at first. Won that pace there indeed in the McLaren. And can he now get his rewards there and have a strong race set? Brown is out on circuit as well. We've also got Roscoe who's just started his lap as well. Then we got Brown, we got Roscoe, we got Rizzle Six, and those are the drivers that are going to be facing. Having a nervous way here. Mason just trying to get out of the way. Then Brown is a 10th for a second down the first intermediate split time. He's gone wide in Mirabeau before coming into the Lowe's hairpin as well. Lovely shot there. Look at that incredible shot of the brake ducts there glowing there under those rubber tires then. Into Portier as well then, of course. You could actually see more on this game than you actually can in real life, because there's a bigger board there now, isn't there? Yellow flag into then as McLaren of Mason there. That's going to get very concerned there for Roscoe, but he's through and past Mason as well. Here's Brown there flying into the back then. Of course, Ralph Schumacher had a big smash there in 2005, didn't he, with the Toyota team. His debut season with Toyota as well. That turned out to be his last F1 team, didn't it? He raced for was the Toyota team. Then, if I can get my words out properly. We got Brown then out of the final turn of Anthony Noakes, and let's see if it's going to improve. It has not improved then, and Roscoe's in the pits. He is out of qualifying. That's a huge shock here in Monaco. Oh, the man who was second in the Japanese Grand Prix is out. The man who was second in the World Championship as well. One half of the constructors leaders at this early stage of the season is out. That is a huge shock, isn't it? So listen to these names there. We've lost Fizzy, a former Grand Prix winner. We've lost Roscoe, a former Grand Prix winner. We've lost Double Cream Cat, who's basically been in almost every race in IRC history, is out. We've also lost Hog, who was almost a surefire guaranteer of in the top 10 of qualifying at 3 last season, is out as well. Brown, who made his return last week, is in the top 10. Fantastic stuff there for Brown then. And well, he's going to be happy with that one, isn't he? Timmy, and those 4 drivers that are out qualifying. That is absolutely incredible. Fizzy down in 14th position there. Roscoe down in 13th. Double is 12th, and Hog is 11th. My word, then, if you pick those 4 drivers that's going to be out qualified too, I am going to ask you for the lottery numbers on Saturday for the Thunderball. I don't think it's the Thunderball anymore, is it? But there you go. Right then, so we're now going into qualifying 3 then. So it's going to be more of a rehearsal, hasn't it, for this final part of qualifying then. And who is going to get on pole position then? At the moment, then, Max is looking top draw, isn't he? So is T Sammy as well, but you cannot discount out Steve, who had pole position last time out then. We've also got Timmy very much in the mix as well. And it's all very quiet and calm here in Monaco, but don't be fooled. That ain't gonna happen for long. And just as I say that, Red Bull is out, McLaren is out as well. Mason is going to be the first driver on the circuit. We got Steve's following him then quite closely behind then, and now as we come out on track as well, of course the pit lane, which it's not new anymore, is it? Of course they extended the pit exit a number of years ago now, because it used to just feather out onto the track, didn't it, for a number of years, but now it feeds out going up the hill out of Saint Devote then, which is much more difficult for the drivers, isn't it? Unfortunately, they've also took away that inside barrier as well, which also makes it a lot more easier now, isn't it? It's kind of a bit of an extra life kind of thing, isn't it? In the race there, if you get squeezed out in the opening lap, then kind of thing, is kind of a get out of jail free card, isn't it? But they've also opened up the barriers in 2002, didn't they, around the swimming pool section, where it used to be a lot tighter, didn't it? But unfortunately 2003 they opened it up then, but at least you still have a lot more cars stay in the race then, which I suppose is always a bonus, isn't it, really? But there's just a bit more room to play for the drivers there, and also a bit more of an error. Oh, it's a Mason there, is in the wall, and he has damaged the end plate on that McLaren. He's going to have to come back in the pits, and the understeer is going to be appalling for the McLaren driver, and yes, he's going to have to come back in then, so that is very disappointing indeed. Then yellow flags there for Steve then, who is just trying to find some pace then. Sorry, not find some pace, find some space then. I was almost right. I got 4 of the 5 letters there, but there you go. Close but no cigar. So Steve is now just starting off while he's on pole position to the Japanese Grand Prix last night. And by the way, I also love Steve's highways. Absolutely fantastic. As we power up the hill as well, then coming up into Casino Square. Oh, see there touching the inside barrier there. That might just dent his confidence ever so slightly, but he is leading the World Championship, isn't he, Steers? He's got a 7-point gap over his closest rival. And who's that? Maxi. Maxi, it looks like he's gone straight on there. He's done a Rosberg manoeuvre there, and he is just coming back on the circuit as well, albeit Rosberg went slightly more down the runoff area there, going into Mirabeau. As rightly or wrongly, we're not too sure about that, whether he did that on purpose to stop Hamilton from getting pole position that season remains to be seen, but Max certainly did do that on purpose, because he didn't have much to gain for himself, did he? And I think he was just trying to get out of everyone's way as well. On board then with CC's now coming into Raskas as well. It's a short squirt up to Auntie Notes, and final corner then, and there is the finish line. It's coming up for Steve. What is his time? It's in 10 there. Great stuff indeed there. It's a 10.336 then. Good stuff. Second position then is T Sammy there. He's a long way behind there for the double world champion there, and oh goodness me, then that might be a bit of a wake up call there for T Sammy at the moment. And my word then, Timmy goes in the third fast as well, and Timmy might be a bit disappointed with that lap then. Val then coming to the line. He's gone third fast, and look how close Val is to the double world champion then. A brilliant lap there for Val there. He is only less than 400 of a second away at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Maxi out on circuit. Right, he's the only man on the fast lap run. He's gone purple in the first sector, and 18.2. An impressive first opening run here from Maxi into the Lowe's hairpin now then. Accelerating out then, now dropping down the hill, coming up into Portier as well. There's McLaren just in front of us then. I think that's Mason. It is Mason there, hugging the inside there, getting out of the way. And I've got to say, it's been very good actually, the drivers getting off each other's way. They're very gentlemanly out there, really impressive stuff indeed there. Maxi then coming now into the Nouvelle chicane there, and a good speed, and had to really tight up the exit there, didn't he? As I thought he was going to go into the Arnco there. Good stuff from Maxi there. So much commitment there, coming out to back then into the second part of the swim pool there as well, hopping, skipping and a jump in there over the second part of the swimming pool. Now into Raskas, accelerates away, coming into Anti-Note, said this is the last corner there. Do not go on that exit curve too much there, because you'll get beached there. What about Maxi? He comes across the line and it is pole position there by the slenderest of march. There's 200 to a second there between Maxi and Steve. My word, absolutely impressive stuff indeed. That is skill of the utmost, isn't it, from these drivers? Oh, amazing stuff indeed there. Max just bursting into the sunshine as well. What has he got in the Alfa Romeo then? Coming out of Nouvelle chicane, accelerating up then, and there's a short squirt there to Miro, sorry, not to Miro, but to back that through the swimming pool stage as well. Then as I'm leaning with him there, as I thought he was going to drift with the understeer of the car, but he didn't, did he? Great stuff there. Now then, as he's coming into Raskas, accelerating away for car 40. Where is he going to put himself then on the grid then? At the moment, and it's 10, 10, 10 now for the top four. It is a 10 again there from up, but he squeezes in between the double world champion and the championship leader of this season, which is Steve. Matt is currently third fast as he's on the second row of the grid then. What about Mason then? He is accelerating there out of the Nouvelle chicane and coming into the back. He's hit the wall, and Mason there is a damage to cut end play again there. Mason, that's it. He's going to be a bit frustrated there. I wonder if that's his second set of tires are ruined. Oh dear, oh dear. So Mason there is going to be, is coming back in the pits. No, he's carrying on there, Mason is. So even with the damage there, that's a big old clout, wasn't it? So he would have lost time as well as damage there. He is 12, he's done a 12.223 at the moment there. Asdog Bear is coming now into a Portier as well, and dropping down then before going into the tunnel as well. And this tunnel is famous, isn't it, for so many reasons. I think Alonso and Ralph Schumacher come to blows there in 2004, but Alonso was very unhappy with Ralph that year, was he was gesturing to Ralph before he even finished his accident there, which I found quite funny, as I think he also flipped I also think he flipped the bird to Ralph as well. So he was very unimpressed there of Ralph's racing etiquette, wasn't he? Anyway, here's Asdog. Here he comes then into Raskas, well, and as we've already mentioned, that he is on pole position this part of course. This great straightforward. Can he have another pole position there? At the moment, it is only 6 fastest there, and Val is underlining how good his first time was then around here. Impressive stuff indeed then. And Matt has actually gone again there, and I think he's done a 10.4. So he is so close to the front too at the moment. There's a whisker away there. Matt is looking very strong this season, isn't he? Very impressive indeed. Timmy there is now going for it now. He normally goes out early on, Timmy does, doesn't he? As he is not concerned about what everyone else does. He's not concerned about the track conditions either. All he's concerned about is himself, and of course that is just a mark of a confident driver in qualifying. He is confident in his skills. He doesn't need to worry about the track conditions. He's a 10th of a second up in the first split time, coming into the Lowe's hairpin as well, then touching the 30 mile an hour mark as well, getting a bit wide there. I wonder if that might have scrubbed a bit of speed off there from Timmy, but he is carrying on nonetheless, and it wouldn't have hurt him too much there. Alan Poitier as well now into the tunnel then as it goes into darkness before he appears back out of the natural line. Look at how blinding it is then before coming into the Nouvelle chicane there as well, accelerating over the curves as well. Brilliant then, lovely onboard footage here from the Mercedes. Well, look at that, touching 6th gear before dropping down 1 gear to 5th, and now into the swimming pool section. Look at the oh my goodness, he's gone squarely. I'm thinking yes, he's had to back off there, and the back end was slipping out there, wasn't it, when he was on full beans there through the swimming pool section there. Has he got enough fuel in the car for another go? Val is at 100 for a second up in the second split. Impressive stuff indeed then. Just take a look, and there's no one else on the circuit at the moment then who is on a lap then, who's close to the end then. But here's Val then. He's had a cracking qualifying performance so far. Val is looking very strong, isn't he, in this Monaco Grand Prix, and this could get Val off the mark. But of course he didn't score in Japan last week, and he unfortunately lost a lot of time in the final section there. Val did, as he got time for one more bite of the cherry. It looks to me has, and his fuel light's not flashing. We've got 3.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Then Rizzle Sticks are blasting past me in the Monaco tunnel. Then coming out on the in the natural light as well. Lovely shot here as well. Look at the steering input, and it's so much effort. This track is it is brutal on the mind as well as we've got yellow flags as well. The McLarens are cruising out. This track is brutal on the mind as well as physical, isn't it? It's about concentration. You have to give 110% on this race circuit, haven't you? It's a lot of lappage as well. I think it's about 38 odd laps, isn't it? Maybe even more. Rizzle Sticks are coming out of the anti-note as well. Is this going to be an improvement? It's 8 fast at the moment. That's his first qualifying time of the qualifying free session then. Timmy is 9 seconds down in the second split there, so I think he's now going to go for it, isn't he? All or nothing now then for Timmy then. Val is coming back in the pits. That's McLaren off in the background. I'm not sure who that was, as that's not too good, is it, for I think it's for Mason, is it? It is Mason there. He's damaged the car as well. Mason has said he's going to be a bit disappointed. Brown there looks like he's just come back in the pits there, so I wonder if something's gotten a bit untoward there for Brown on board with the double world champion, which is T7 and Maxi still going currently starting the pits, quite happy out there, quite happy in the pits about there. Steve and Matt, his closest rivals at the moment, are doing just now starting it up. So Matt is now on the final corner and he's starting up. Maxi is now appearing out of the garage as well. This is going to get very tasty indeed, isn't it? We got Rizzle Sticks there who I think, is he going for another run? Then he is going for another run. Rizzle Sticks is he 6/10 of a second up then. That is in the ballpark of Timmy, and that is good, and Timmy's going to get very concerned indeed. He's on a second run now. Timmy's only a 10th of a second up in the second split time. Rizzle Sticks there coming on the line. He is 7 fast. It's a good time there for Timmy. A really good stuff indeed. What about his champion? What about his teammate, I should say? And T7 is 9 proof there, but he's going for another time run now. What about Timmy? He's 5/10 a second up in the second split. That's much better for Timmy. And now let's see what he can do then. And he comes over the line then, and Timmy goes 4th fast. He improves his position from 8th to 4th, and great stuff indeed there from Timmy. See, he's about to start us up with 17 seconds to go there. What about Mason then? He's damaged the car. He's a walking wounded. Mason is unfortunately the final part of qualifying hasn't gone too well for Mason, but he has improved by half a second towards the end. Good stuff indeed then. Asdog is about to start us up as well. And what about Matt then? So he's going to be the first man to complete his time then. He's 3/10 of a second up in the second section. Matt is the former Grand Prix from the Monaco Grand Prix winner is on pole position now. That's a magnificent time. Maxi is starting us up as well, so Matt has thrown the gauntlet down then. I know we got yellow flags up fluttering then, as I think it was one of the Red Bulls. I think Steve has had a problem, has he? I know then it's one of the other Alpha Towers as well. T Sammy is having not a very good lap either, and T Sammy is abandoning the time and he's in the pits then. Oh goodness me. And we've also got Rizzle Sticks of both Alpha Towers who was on 1-2 last season. Unfortunately, has finished their qualifying sessions 5th and 8th then. Is Timmy going for another lap? No, he's also finished as well. What about Steve then? On board then with Steve at the moment, and he is now into Mirabeau as well. Accelerated away. Now coming into Anti-Nosa DRS and right on the money. There's Val behind us as well, I think. No, it's Brown. And Steve is only second fast. What about Brown? Brown finishes his... no, that is Val, I should say. Finishes his lap off in 6th position as well. Asdog there out of the final turn. He's 6,300 a second up. Is he going to improve? He is in 5th position. And he's improved the guy in front of Val and T Sammy. My word then. And what about Maxi? Has he got anything left in the tank then to match Matt or Stephen? Is so close to the top, but Maxi has pinched pole position there by 3/10 of a second there. Impressive time. Matt is abandoning his lap and coming the pits in, but Maxi on his first lap on his first qualifying session of the 2020 Formula 1 Season 9 IRC game is on pole position then for the Monaco Grand Prix then. Well, good stuff to Maxi then. Of course, he has missed the opening round of the season, but he's come back and really just put on a flourish, hasn't he? Impressive stuff indeed, and has robbed Matt of a pole position here in Monaco. But it is still all to play for in the race, which is coming up in just a jiffy. Good time there for Max there. He left until the very end there as well, and of course that it just shows the talent of this man, doesn't it? Maxi, my goodness me, he was so close to the World Championship last season, but his qualifying form there has been absolutely spectacular. I think he had the most pole positions last season with 8 there, and that is why, isn't it? Left it to the very end, and got a 2/10 of a second advantage over Matt, who was second there. 2 races in a row. Matt's been on the front row. Fantastic performance so far this season for Matt. Can he have a clean turn 1? Steve in third position. Look at that minuscule between himself and Matt, and Steve and Matt then less than 100 of a second. Hopefully they'll be a bit further apart going into turn 1. Timmy in 4th position there. Great recovery for Timmy. Asdog 5th. T Salmon, the double world champion, is 6th. Val, Rizzle 6th, 7th and 8th. Mason and Brown 9th and 10th. What a grid for the Monaco Grand Prix. Right then, and here we go then for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix. This is a brutal track, this one is, and I expect safety cars. I'm expecting quite a few safety cars, of course, as it is going to get very, very tasty, isn't it? 19 cars then around this circuit. There's a sign saying no smoking, but there might be a lot of drivers that are going to smoke, might be pouring out their ears by the end of this one, because there's going to be a lot of frustration. Remember in 2001, I think it was David Coulthard got stuck behind Enrique Benodi for almost half the race. I remember Coulthard was on pole position that day as well. Unfortunately, launch control really broke Coulthard there, didn't it? And that was such a shame now for David Coulthard. It really derailed his Monaco Grand Prix weekend there. And he did finish 5th at the end, which is a good drive, but my goodness me, Enrique Benodi just would not let him by him. Why should he there? And that's coming from a very avid David Coulthard fan, isn't it? Todd is saying good evening Maxi for the race win. T Sammy second, Steve third, Chris Hughes. Yes Todd, I think the same. It's going to be some close racing here. Good luck to all the drivers. Great stuff indeed there from Chris Hughes and of course Todd, aka Broke Gorilla, who was of course a former IRC driver, wasn't he? Let's go for the grid chart from front to back then. Not a hard tyre in sight then. It is Maxi pole position and he's on the soft tyre. Matt is on the medium tyres along with Steve as well then. Timmy in 4th position on soft, and Asdog on soft with T Sammy, the double world champion, also on soft as well. 5th, 4th, 5th and 6th. Val on the medium tyres. Great qualifying performance for Val, and Rizzle Sticks as well. 7th and 8th, both medium. 9th position there is Mason. He had a bit of a horror show in qualifying 3, but he's still 9th nonetheless there. Mason's here. Can he get some points then? Both Williamsons there are in the top 10, I think, for the first time in over a season. RC, fantastic stuff there. Brown on the soft tyres. Hog in 11th position on the medium tyres. Everyone else is now on the mediums then. In 12th position there is Double on the medium tyres, and Roscoe out position in 13th. I feel with Fizzy also out position in 14th as well. They got a long race ahead of themselves. Same with Frisky Biscuit. Those 3 drivers there had a bit of a nightmare in qualifying. Gas in 16th position now. JJ unfortunately also had a nightmare in qualifying in 17th position. PB 18th, and Petty is in 19th position as well. 19 cars and 39 laps around here. This is going to get very tasty indeed then. So the guys on the soft tyres in theory have an advantage of getting off the line, but of course that's only in theory. You still have to get the car off the line, don't you? So the guys on the soft tyres, Oz Brown, Mason, T Sammy, Asdog, Timmy and Maxi. Everyone else in the top 10 is on the medium tyres, and they've already done a quick lap around there as well then. So here we go. As I look up there, and Penny there just getting a bit friendly there with the Tech Pro barrier then. Right then, Maxi's already on the pole position there. There he is then, and that's his run. Go down to turn 1. You can't even see turn 1. That's how narrow it is down there. Look at this. It looks like a cul-de-sac down there, doesn't it? There's nowhere to go. And I gotta say, there will be nowhere to go for Maxi but up there, because you have to go up into Casino Square. As Penny is now lining up on the grid then, and about to. That is it. 19 cars are lined up then. The cars are jittering. They're almost as jittering as me then. It's going to get very interesting indeed then. As that PB there is really bouncing around there. Right, 2, 3, 4, there's a 5, there's a pause, and we are going. The lights are out straight away. This really got me by surprise. And Asdog's already got past Timmy, and look at this then, as Matt is into Matt's second of stage held position there. Brown has also moved up competition as well, then it's come up the hill, then Mason's moved up then. Hogg and Roscoe, he's got a 10th, it's gone up into 10th position. Fantastic start for Hogg, and so for Roscoe, he's moved up for Mason a couple of positions. Great stuff indeed there for, and JJ, what's happened there? I think something's gone wrong in the back, has it? No, I think it's my tower that's gone completely AWOL, wasn't it? Who is that? That's Mason there on the outside of Fizzy there. On the inside of Fizzy, oh, he's got damage already, hasn't he? So Mason's already got damage there going into the low hairpin. We got yellow flags at the back then, and what's occurring at the back? I hear you, I said, I think it's PB who is just there taking a cautious by the looks at. Maxi leads second as Matt then. We got Steve in a third position there. Asdog is currently fourth. He's got a position. Val's got up 2 positions there. T Sammy there, who's held position there in the double world champion, but Timmy's had an appalling start. He's dropped down 3 positions, hasn't he? He's had the worst start out of everyone on the field so far. On board then with Timmy then, so he'll be very disappointed, and a great last gasp lap there from Timmy, but now he is stuck behind the double world champion and Val as well then, so this is not good at all. Timmy, who was on the soft tyres, we was expecting him to have a good launch, but that has really not been the case, and Max is now trying to spread his lead then, isn't he? Into the pits, there comes Mason, and there's the McLaren mechanics there, about to get work on the McLaren driver. He's damaged the nose cone, and he is now coming in the pits, they're changing onto those medium compound tyres there. Lovely shot of the mechanic there. No, you get to see a lovely well, you can't really, because there's too much shade in the way, isn't it, really? I was like, oh, and look at this, and T Sammy has got past there. Great, oh, he missed that, but it was going into Casino Square there, so that's a cracking manoeuvre there for T Sammy, the double world champion. Val has damaged the end plate there, and that has allowed T Sammy there to get through. He's now for the 5th position. T Sammy has said, now Asdog is next on his, oh, he's damaged as well. There has been damage for T Sammy and Val's cars. They're going to have understeer. What are they going to do? They're going to come into the pits there, because of course it's going to cause understeer galore. And who is that then? That is Timmy on the inside, Simon on the inside, Santa Perez. He's gone wide though, he's gone very wide then, and he has had to, he's lost a position back. Val is back in front now, and he's compromised his exit, and oh, that is Rizzlestick's gone right to the wall to back there. He's damaged the car as well, as they fly over my crust, as we go into the second part of the swimming pool as well. Oh my word then. Max is saying no fast on the race there. We've got a pit activity at the moment, then T Sammy has elected to stay out, so all the drivers that got damage has elected to stay out. Penny is now past his teammate guys, and up to 16th. Penny also having a good start as well then, as we're coming to complete that free then, as Timmy is past past Val once again then. Look at how far behind Val is, and that damage is brutal on the Williams, isn't it? He is losing understeer, but luckily I think luckily for Val, I think Rizzlesticks has really clouted the wall to back, hasn't he? That has really damaged the car, and now Fitzy there, look at that, Ross gonna get it, 1 hour shape there, coming down into Mirabel as well. We're on board then with a man who's second in the World Championship then, and he's gonna have to have an amazing race if he stays in the second World Championship at the end of this one. Oh, he's in the ball, he's in the wall as well. That is end plate damage there for Roscoe. Oh dear, it's not going at all well, is it, for the Racing Point driver? And hopefully we can have a bit of calm then, but of course I gotta say, luckily that's why I brought my bottle of water with me tonight, because it is going to be a very tense. Oh, Rizzlesticks is off the circuit. He's I'm not sure if he overshot the chicane there, but he's lost positions to Brown and Fizzy, and he's just come out in front of Roscoe as well, and so that's not good at all. Max is setting another lap for fast lap of the race, and he's really lighting up the circuit at the moment. There's 3.2 seconds in front of Matt in second then, with Fizzy in third position. We're just watching, with Steve in third position there. Fizzy's got damage as well. Into the pits comes out of Rizzlestick's head, so we're keeping on. Let's go to the tyre sergeant, shall we, and see what is occurring out there. Medium tyres for Mason then. Rizzlestick's going in the pits as well. What tyres he going to go, and he's also on the medium tyres as well. I think it's a no-brainer at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? So he's going to get out in front then of Mason then. I don't think the undercut will be too powerful at this stage of proceedings then. Also in the pits is Gaz as well. This is a day for the likes of Gaz, PB and JJ. Oh, it says contact in the rear there of Brown then. This is a good day then for the likes of the drivers who are not in the points too often, and to get some major point haulage, isn't it? Because today's are the days that really catch up the top drivers, isn't it? This is a very difficult track, isn't it? And there is someone in the field that is going to be step up and become the hero of Monaco, but who will it be? Well, I've got to say, they've got still another 35 odd laps to go then, and really, oh, and who's that in the wall? That's Brown. Brown is in the wall. Then he is clipped the outside. Brown, who was doing a very good job. I love the helmet, by the way, from Brown. Fantastic. Unfortunately, he's not going to be too concerned about his helmet at the moment, and he's going to be more concerned about his front wing then, because he's lost the end plate, and he's going to have to. Is he going to come in the pits as well? There's going to be a lot of pit stops, I think, here. Brown is elected to stay up. Then it's all about track position in Brown's mind then, and who can argue with him on that front then? Double is Double and Frisky are getting quite close together then. As I look at this, and look, it might be a double biscuit. Oh my word! Then going into turn one, not quite. Then it's Double there, slamming the door shut there on Frisky. As Double was not going to let him pass there in the. It's on the vault then. Double are doing a good job in track position there, maintain position there. Frisky would like to get past as soon as possible there, but that is for race position, isn't it? So Double's not going to let anyone by, because why should he there? As this is a golden opportunity today for Double to get some major points there for the. He had some good points, so didn't he, in the Japanese Grand Prix as well? Double, I think, was one of my stars of the race last somehow, and I'm expecting more of the same again for Double here tonight then. Mason's just snuck past PB there, as PB had an awful lot of lock there. Lock there. Now is T7 there is just trying to get his head down, and he is now caught to the back of Asdog. So is Timmy as well, and Timmy is showing he does have pace there. Now Fizzy's all over the back of Val. Both Williamsons are limping wounded at the moment, but they have got some points as it stands at the moment. There's a lot of cars out there with damage, isn't it? So they're all going to be fighting the damaged front wings, isn't it? But as Val is give up there with that, give up the fight, hasn't he? He's coming the pits out. Oh, Fizzy there clouting the inside, I think, of Anthony Notes, and goodness me, just giving him probably a little love tap there as well. Val in the pits then, and also Roscoe's in the pits. Well, they follow enough there. They're coming in the pits, and they're going to change those wings and tires. And now Roscoe's on the hard tire, and that is a very long stint. Val is also on the hard tire as well. I'm wondering then, this might be a very shrewd strategy call here in the Monaco Grand Prix, as Frisky and Double now been to 9th and 10th. Good stuff indeed. And Hog then is getting very close to the back of Double then. Roscoe has come out behind it. Well, he was already behind Val, but he's come out also behind Rizzo Sticks as well. So Rizzo Sticks is now back up in his 16th position. That might be a race-long battle then. We're on board with Frisky at the moment then. So he had a very good debut race, didn't he, at the Japanese Grand Prix. Now this is going to be a very long slog, isn't it, for Frisky? Unfortunately, he made a mistake, didn't he, in the qualifying session there. So, oh my word there! And I think Hog just overtook him. Brown, I'm not sure if he had damage. I'm sure he had damage there, but a lot more end plate has come off that front wing now, and definitely that he might have to box now, because that is a lot of damage on that front wing. Look at the understeer on that car. That's a great shot there from the headicam. I'm loving this then. As you can see, look at this, and how peculiar is it to race around the streets of Monaco? It's absolutely absurd, isn't it? We love it. And is he coming in the pits then? That's a lot of damage on the Williams. He is indeed then. Brown then in the pits. He's got a 5-second penalty. Brown has as well. That is not good, is it? And I think he's going to be a bit disappointed at that. As look at this, and now we've got a 3-car battle, if I can learn to count. Yes, it's Asdog, T70 and Timmy then. Very close to the back of each other as well. Look at that then. Timmy there is just having a sniff there on the inside of T70, but T70 is not going to let anyone through at that juncture, is he? So Brown there on the medium tires. He is just coming out of the pits now. The Williams are quite close to the end of the pit lane after they've had a pretty dire couple of seasons happening, not just in IRC but also in the Formula 1 world as well. Fingers crossed that they do a very good season this season there, but I think 2022 is definitely where we're going to be looking at, isn't it, for Williams there? Maybe Williams Renaissance or such, isn't it? But having said that, I have read somewhere that there might be a rumour or two floating about the interweb of the rules being pushed back to 2023, which I'll be absolutely a bit devastated by, to be honest. But there you go. Because my small mind doesn't really understand the ways of Formula 1, those technical regs and stuff like that. As I would never even comprehend trying to think about some of the things that those guys have to go through. And of course, also in terms of money as well, goodness me, it's ridiculous world is that Formula 1 is. All I know is that I like fast cars, and I get really excited about fast cars going around at circuits such as Monaco, Melbourne, and of course the greats like Spa in Japan as well. Unfortunately, we've already ticked Spa, we've already ticked Japan off the list, haven't we? But of course, what a tough race to start the season. I absolutely loved it, the Land of the Rising Sun. Of course, IRC for the past 2 seasons has had As a PB has just been displaced by Rizzle Sticks as well. Rizzle Sticks is on fresher tyres there, but I think the Rizzle Sticks there was determined to get by that great stuff indeed. Mason's also got past like Penny as well. So then as we're now starting to see a train there behind Asdog there. And look, oh look at this, that's going to close there, and my word there. I think that was a kind of half-hearted tackle kind of thing there from T. Sammy. As the door was not wide open, was it? But I think it was just enough there for T. Sammy to just stick his nose in there, but it was not wide enough there. So on we go with the show. Oh my word there. Steve has now really put the hammer down, hasn't he? Matt is really gaining on Maxi, as Maxi had some issues there out there. Let's take a look at the race leader, shall we? Are on board with him now, and he's 2.3 seconds. He was 4 seconds up. As Maxi got some issues, and we're on board with him now. Hopefully we'll have a shot of the front wing. Let's take a look. It all looks to be pointed in the right direction, does it? I haven't said that. I'm having a look on the outside. No, it isn't! No, it isn't! He has major damage on the Ferrari! Oh, my word there. Maxi now had the race, and the Palmer's is on no bid. As much as you can do after the opening couple of laps. It's got damage on that Ferrari. And oh, my goodness me. Matt there is, of course, he's a winner of the Monaco Grand Prix in the past, isn't he? He finished second here. He loves street circuits, doesn't he? He's a street fighter, isn't he? And, of course, we all love that game, don't we? Back in the good old days. I used to be quite good with, what's his name, Huku, Heike, I don't know. Anyway, that just shows that I was more of a social fan rather than a hardcore fan then. Timmy was getting very wobbly out of the tunnel there. I wonder if he just lost a bit of downforce there. Here is the double world champion one there. T's having a bit of a difficult start then to his first season in IRC. Roscoe as Val, I'm not sure what's occurred there, but Roscoe dropped down the door. He's damaged the car again. Lovely shot here from Val's rear end then. Maxi's in the pits and he's thrown on the hard tyres, and Maxi has it. What PB is through there, but I think Val and Roscoe have had some issues there. So where's Maxi's coming out of the pits? Look at this, and it's into the pits. There comes T. Samuels. Fizzy's going to come out. Is he going to come out front? There he is. Oh my goodness me. Maxi though is going to have a shortcut, but it might not be enough. It is not enough. He's behind Fizzy, and this is going to get very juicy indeed. Timmy is out of the pits. Double is stayed out, and so is Frisk as well. Coming out of the pits now as the strategy is really starting to get into effect now. I'm loving this. The double world champion coming on the pits. Well, JJ is now he's going to get Fred, the double world champion, on board with JJ. Lovely helmet design as well. Oh goodness me, getting very deep into Sand of what he's now waving this way and that way, Mason, but JJ will not let him pass her. And of course, oh, this is going to get very interesting. Look at the gap, and it's almost 18 seconds. Steve and Matt now. What if they want to come to the pits now and try and cover off the undercut perhaps? And Matt's in a very difficult position because whatever he does, Steve's going to do the opposite surely. And so is he going to cover off Maxi, albeit Maxi is now stuck behind. They're both stayed out then, so nope, they are definitely not to listen to me. Why should they? Because they are still on the medium tires, of course, and that has got a very big operating window as well. It's not difficult. It's not hard. It is difficult to pass around here, but it's not impossible. As JJ though is doing a very good sterling job there, defending from Mason C at the moment. Now look who's that. That's Rizzle Six wants to join the party as well. Maxi is very close. Where's Fizzy? Fizzy Maxi has got past Fizzy, and I think that looked more like after you, sir, didn't it? We got a first penalty of the evening then. It's a Brown then, but he had that quite a while ago then, so that just shows unpaid attention, doesn't it? Oh my word, what is occurring? There's a safety car. What is happening? We've got some safety cars. What's the safety car for? And I'm just taking a look now. It's Double. Oh dear, Double's had a severe collision with Frisky, and he's got a 5-second penalty, but I'm trying to work out what the safety car is for. If anyone could help me, that'd be great. Jan is saying sorry it's late, but sorry I'm late. Hopefully you had a great race. It's been a fantastic qualifying, and I've got to say a fantastic race so far. We've joined us at an opportune time now, Jan, because we've got a safety car that's just appeared on the circuit. Wild safety car has appeared then, if anyone's ever played Pokemon. But I'm trying to work out what the safety car's for. If anyone could tell me, that would be absolutely magnificent. As Matt is now rolling the dice. So Steve and Matt coming in the pits, and they're thrown on the hard tyres. The Red Bull team are. What about the Alfa Romeo team? They are also thrown on the hard tyres. Well, no, they will not get any additional. They have got any damage then, so they're just in and out then as quick as a jiffy then. Also coming in the pits well, so this is going to bring Maxi back into it. This is coming in the pits well, and so hopefully a free pit stop for someone. Unfortunately, Double's got a 5-second penalty. That's going to hurt him, isn't it? So hard tire for the top 3 at the moment, maybe even the top 4. No, Asdog's gone the medium tires, and he is rolling the dice, isn't he? Timmy does need to go in the pits, does he? So into the pits comes Frisky and Double there. Frisky currently has been used all of his Monaco Grand Prix and IRC so far has been staring at the back of a double cream cat, hasn't it? Hasn't he? So yeah, I think he might be able to get oh, he's damaged the nose cone as well. Frisky has that in car 21. He's changing the nose cone. That is not going to help him at all. And so now Double is being put to work there. Frisky is going to be close. Is he come out in front? What is happening? He has come out in front there. Frisky there is still behind Double. Oh goodness me then. And that wing change has really cost Frisky, but of course there I think he'd rather have wing repaired, and Gaz has got a 10-second penalty there, as I'm not even sure. I think he's just cut the French chicane. I think he has, hasn't he? Goodness me then. We've got a couple of penalties then. Roscoe on the medium tires, and Gaz said he's got a 10-second penalty. Unfortunately, that is going to be added to his race time as well. Yes, Jan, we've had a great race up until now, and of course, just as you joined us earlier on then, or just a minute ago, I think I read your first comment, of course, we did, you came in, the safety car came out then. It was a very good race so far. It's very competitive, but the safety car usually really, I've got to say, just causes absolute havoc in a league race, doesn't it? Especially IRC, and of course, why wouldn't you love a bit of havoc there? I absolutely love it. Of course, drama is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? So safety car's out, but I'm really sorry, guys. I have no earthly idea why. If anyone could enlighten me, that'd be great stuff. I'd probably have missed it, which I'm probably even if it was watching what was going on as well, which probably makes it worse. Penny at the moment there, unfortunately, is a lap down now. So unfortunately, in this game as well, you can't really unlap yourself without causing the wrath of the stewards kind of thing, which is a big shame, really, isn't it? Because the safety car would definitely bring Penny back into this. But at the moment now, he's down in at 19th position as well, but no retirement so far. Into the pit side comes Valden, he's changed the nose cone as well. He's going on to the medium tires, and the Williams driver is said, and you can see then as he is now the Williams to look out. He said, who were the second quickest pit crew, weren't they, in Formula 1 2020 last year? Obviously behind the kings of the pit stop, which is the Red Bull team. Oh, and Val there has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the yellow line there, and that is not good at all. He's also got a 3-second penalty for cutting the chicane as well. I've got to say, if it don't ring, but it's poor, doesn't it, for Val? Remember, both Williams were doing a great job in qualifying. Unfortunately, that's not been the case in the race so far. I haven't said that. That's a bit unfair of me, isn't it? Because Brown is in the top 10. He's doing a great job. He does have a penalty, of course, then, which he may have to serve in the distant future. Then let's take stock. We're on that 13 then, and well, it's been I gotta say, it's been a very eventful race so far, isn't it? Good stuff. Matt leads the Monaco Grand Prix, and of course it's about keeping it clean and tidy, and I gotta say it's going to be very difficult. If anyone's going to overtake Matt, it has to be a bonsai of a move. Doesn't have to be an absolutely brilliant maneuver if he wants to get past Matt. Steve is second on then, very similar strategies. Maxi was in the race, he was on pole position, he damaged the front wing then, he came in the pits there, and of course about 3 laps before the safety car, and he's changed the nose cone, he's back up with the front then. Asdog in 4th position there, good stuff then. Timmy is 5th, he's gone in front of T. Sammy, he's dropped down to 6th. Fizzy is also back in this and so this way, and a Paul in qualifying back in it in the race there. JJ, who hasn't led to the stop then, he is on 12 lap ode, medium tires, the Ferrari driver is said. He may struggle at this stage of the proceedings. Rizzle 6 in 9th position on the medium tires, and Brown is in 10th position, 11th position is Hogg, Double in 12th position there, 13th position is Frisky, Double in Frisky have been attached by basically a piece of string so far. Mason in 14th position now, PB 15th, Roscoe 16th, Val is back in the pits then, and I'm wondering then it's I wonder if he's Rizzle's got a 5-second penalty for it, and look at this, Val's got damage as well, but he is at least having the 5-second penalty being taken out then, so technically no penalties all then for Val, or B, he is going to be losing a lot of ground there. Also Gaz coming in the pits as well. There's some wins for Character getting to work very nice as well. We're on board Gaz then, who is also doing I think he's doing a great job to still be in this, and good stuff indeed there from all those drivers out there. Fantastic stuff indeed. As Chris Hughes saying a double crash into the back of Frisky. Yes, double crash into the back of Frisky, which I think is why, Double got a 5-second penalty, unfortunately. Or is that for the safety car? I'm not too sure. It might have been, but if it was, then I've got to say both of them are very lucky to still be in it. But whatever the safety car is for, if that is the case, then for those two drivers are going to be very lucky that it's in the race. And also, they're still in 12th and 13th position there. So let's take a look. What's the safety cars out at the moment then? We've got pit stops, 5 stops, 5 second penalties there, and safety cars in this lap then. Versus 6 on 5 seconds, same with Brown as well. 10-second penalty for Gaz then for skipping the I think it's the new Val chicane, and 3 seconds for Val as well then. Unfortunately, you can't take 3-second penalties in the pit. Now, you can only take 5 seconds, of course. And I think that's why Gazan took his 10-second penalty, because you can't take it in the pit. So Matt has now become the safety car, and you're back racing. Of course, it's such a short lap then. I didn't even I've only just got myself prepared. Where's everyone else then? Alstog's lost 2-3 seconds all of a sudden. The top 3 is back racing. Where's Alstog? Alstog's had an appalling start. Yellow flags as was occurred then, and just take a look then down the order. And yeah, we've had a lot of problems there. 5-second penalty for Roscoe, who's apparently speeding the pit lane. He's out of the race, and Penny's in the pit as well. Roscoe is out of the race there, and that is a big blow for Roscoe. It's a huge disappointment there for Roscoe. He had a disappointing qualifying there, and now he's out of the race. And there's a yellow flag in freedom, which is for Roscoe's car, which looks like it's parked at the end of the pit lane now. So hopefully it's not in the way of anyone. Otherwise, that might not be too good. So we're now flying past the Portier section as well. The top 3 then have had a very good start then, but having said that, Asdog's really drove him up to the back from quite nice indeed. Although this said, Asdog's on the medium tires, of course, then. Of course, I completely forgot about that, even though we did mention it a couple of laps ago, didn't we, guys? But there you go, short-term memory loss then. I gotta say, I'm like the fish Dory off Finding Nemo, ain't I? As we're flying through the, where are we? I don't even know where we are. The swimming pool section, lovely over the shoulder shot here with Asdog, as we're now coming into Rascas as well, accelerating the way there. Max is going to be really putting the pressure on CC, of course, already Grand Prix winner of the season there. We've also got Brown and Rizzlesticks there coming a bit closer. Rizzlesticks is ghosted. There's Brown doing another position there. Rizzlesticks out of competition. He's in the pits, and Rizzlesticks is. I know it's not good, is it? Going back to the front there as well. Maxi is all over the back of CC. Is now going to start to think about defending, I think, then. And because of that, oh my goodness, he's got a look. Oh my word, there. And that was getting very saucy indeed, wasn't it? Going up to Casino Square, and that was definitely starting to really gamble on the on your front wing there. Look at the top 5, and incredible stuff. T Sammy there really struggling at the moment, but he's still in there, isn't he? Look at this, there's the top 6 cars. This is from flashback to 2012, the Monaco Grand Prix, where you had the 2 Red Bulls, the 2 Ferraris. I think we had Rosberg in there as well. I'm sure Kimi Räikkönen, and someone else in there as well. It was and Lewis Hamilton was in there as well. How can I forget Lewis Hamilton? Goodness me, give me a slap on the wrist. Coming down to the new Val chicane once again then. It's very difficult, isn't it? This is about absolute skill now, isn't it? Racing so close to your rivals, racing so close to the barriers. It's absolutely amazing stuff, isn't it? And got to say, tipping my hat off to these guys. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. Max is doing a hop, skip and a jump there over the second part of the swimming pool as well. Frisky Biscuit there is still giving Double some cause for concern, and they're battling for them from 12th position at the moment there. Just Double doing a good job there. DRS has been enabled then. Of course, DRS is not really effective around here, is it? As much as we can say, because of course it's so narrow around here, isn't it? And just watching Val at the moment, and he's got to get past Mason C there. Mason C having a couple of it's just having a bit of it's having a lot of crashes at the moment there, isn't it? But it's so difficult, isn't it? Frisky there just once again the straight is not long enough around here, is it? I think maybe his best opportunity might be coming out the going into the new Val chicane, perhaps. Double starting to drop back from Hog, then Hog is starting to pull away slightly, and JJ, who's done 16 laps on those medium tires, done a shrewd move here, hasn't he? So he's got some pace in that Ferrari, hasn't he? He's lost 9 seconds then, so the top 7 are now starting to stretch away. Fizzy doing a great job in 7th position as well. Great recovery drive there from Fizzy, moving himself right up into 7th position then. Good stuff. And just now as they're coming up into Portier as well, they're on board Brown then. A very good performance there from Brown so far. Really good stuff indeed there. His first week back in IRC then was a bit testing, wasn't it, in Japan, but here today is very much looking very much like his old self, isn't he? Brown is doing a good job as well. JJ though is defending for all he's worth, and Double then getting very close. Look at this, almost a dead stop there, but look at this, that's a great maneuver. It's going to go from the inside into the back. Oh, magnificent. It's side by side. Oh, JJ. Oh, there's contact there, and it was getting very I forgot to say, it was getting very concerned in there, wasn't it? Oh dear. And JJ's damaged a lot of his front wing, has he? But he's carried on there. Brown then is once again, as I've swallowed my tongue now, so Brown has got 5-second penalty. I think that's going to be a lot of anger. We've had a lot of people coming into the pits then, so that's had a concertina effect, hasn't it? And that's a big blow indeed then. Williams mechanics are ready for Brown, and what a shame then. That's the curse of the commentator once again, isn't it? And Brown also said serving that penalty then. Frisky Biscuit now going on to the soft tires then. Mason also coming out of the pits as well then. And that is a big blow then. And now, as you can see then, so they've all got the wings now, and yeah, Rizzo 6 also come through as well. This is a race where you just got to keep going and going, don't you? It's a tough one. It's a very tough one indeed as they come out. The new Vajra came once again. Maxi there still all over the back then, but I'm wondering if these guys are probably going to go to the end of the race then, I would say. So Maxi there is going to have to pass 2 cars. If I'm very much right, which I'm very much not, then he's going to have to pass 2 cars if he wants to win this Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me, Hogan J. Oh my word, Dennis Hogan is just going across the chicane then. And look at this. Oh, and I thought he was in the barrier there. As JJ there trying to make the floor as wide as possible. They're going into the back then. Hogan's out to bail over there. And it's getting very hair and scare, isn't it, here in Monaco? And also we've got Double, who is defending for all he's worth as well. And there's a car behind Double. It's Val. It's Val, isn't it? I couldn't even see the car behind Double. He was so close then. Is JJ going to come to the pits? No, he is staying out then. He is staying out at the moment. It's his prerogative if he wants to stay out, not them. But he is not going to be. I don't think the drivers behind are going to be too impressed with this, are they? But of course then it's up to him then when to come in and when not to come in. But he does have damage on the car, and he is a defending for his worth fan, and this is going to be helping the drivers behind her about 14 seconds back then. Hog is all over the back of that Ferrari, isn't he, of JJ, but JJ is not going to let him go, is it? And oh goodness me, then he's and look at this now, he's got the he's now got the accelerator to go down to Mirabel, and it's JJ goes coming across well. Val has got the inside to Mirabel. Oh my word, it's getting and who's that? That's not fixed side. No, that's Petty off, and that's Gas has gone right to the back of Double. Yellow flags is flowing in the second sector. Oh, it's going it's getting a bit like bumper cars now, isn't it, here in the second part of Monaco Grand Prix. Coming into the tunnel as well then. JJ and Hog then are very close at the moment then. We're on board then. JJ then has still got damage, and the dog is sending it down the inside then. Great manoeuvre for Hog there, and I've got to say how he slowed that down was absolutely magnificent. Great overtake from Hog then. That's the overtake of the race, I think, maybe even in the season. Remember that, guys? We'll put that into the montage, I think. Oh my word, then it's they fly over me then. Val then, who's got past Double there. Great in the Mirbo. We only seen the end of it then. That must have been a brave manoeuvre there from Val. It's getting very tight at the top of the standings there, isn't it? It is Steve and Max, you are very close together, and Double, JJ is, look at this, and JJ did having a bit of a poor acceleration notes there, and now Val's got up the inside, but JJ there's just got a lot more speed, hasn't he? There's Petty, and look, that Ferrari there is having some issues there, and I think that JJ just ghosting slightly as they come up the hill once again, and JJ has got off the racing line, then it's just watching Val going on the outside. JJ is going to squeeze him, but a manoeuvre on the outside there for Val, great manoeuvre, he is through. Oh, out to the that's a great manoeuvre, isn't it, from Val, and brilliant stuff indeed. That JJ does have a lot of damage, of course, so I think if JJ had a full car, he would have that would have been a little more difficult, but great stuff indeed then. So just watching Double, and there's Gaz, and I think Gaz having his strongest driver in IRC at the moment, and unfortunately he has a lot of damage on that Haas now. Up until that point he was doing a great job, but he's still in 12th position, Gaz is, and it's only one retirement so far. He's in 12th position doing a cracking job, Gaz is. Lovely stuff indeed then. It's a yellow flag in one. What's occurring in one then? It's just taking a look then. It's one of the McLarens then. There's just had a couple of issues then. It's Mason then, who is just down in 17th position there. It's unfortunate for Mason because he has speed there, going to qualifying free, but he's just having a very difficult spell in this race at the moment, isn't he, Mason? This way he's had a difficult qualifying free, and I think he's just needs to get back into a rhythm, Mason, at the moment. But the one he's down in 17th position there, but you still got to, of course, you still just got to keep. Just keep your head in the game, don't you? On board with T7, he's currently fifth. Timmy at the moment. He's currently fifth. T76 and Fizzy dropping back in 7th position now. He's 3 seconds away. Fizzy is, but he's still very much in the hunt at the moment. C has dropped back behind Matt as well. I wonder if he's just getting his ERS a bit of time now to refresh then. And that's the beauty about Monaco, isn't it? If you're the car in front, then you can just drop back slightly, and of course the car behind you probably is going to need a absolutely mega overtake to get past you then. So look at this, and there's Max, he's just pushed him out there of Mirabo. Incredible stuff for Max. He's right underneath the rear wing now. He's going up DRS 7. Oh my word there. As As Mike's there, wrong foot himself as well. Asdog there, as I'm wondering if he was out to think about just diving on the inside. Asdog there, potentially on the cusp of a podium here. No penalty so far for the top 8 cars at the moment. Great stuff indeed. That Hogg is almost half a minute away from this after the issues that happened in the midfield. Then, of course, the carbon fibre zone, unfortunately, for those drivers that are just on board. Then, look at that. Then Timmy there, it's incredible skill. Now they just don't drive into the back of each other. It's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? Matt there has now got a 1.2 second advantage at the moment. Then Mac for the second time in 3 years could potentially win the Monaco Grand Prix, and for the third time in 3 years, 3 seasons as well, I should say, has been on the podium, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed. Lovely rear wing shot though, so that was very quick there as well, as Gaz there has just dropped behind now. Rizzsticks has gone into the barrier now. Has he damaged the car? And that was a good overtake by the looks of it, but let's just take a look. I think he's got all his pieces in the right direction there. He has indeed. Good stuff there from Rizzsticks, then good overtake then. And Max is now coming back out to this battle here. Then this is getting very juicy indeed in this battle at the moment, isn't it? And there's Matt just in the foreground as well. So coming out to that 15th position now, which is JJ. And lovely as a car, the Ferrari engine there is just roaring in our ears, isn't it, as we come down then the pit straight, which is anything but a straight here in Monaco, isn't it? But there you go. Then I suppose he's got yellow flags as the Ferrari getting out of the way then, and Maxi's teammate double there just getting out of the way then. We're on board then with the Ferrari, and Maxi, his second season in the Ferrari team now. He's drawn the Ferrari in the last 2 seasons, hasn't he, Maxi? So familiar surroundings here for Maxi, that might help him in in his quest for the World Championship. And currently he is outscoring T. Simon. T. Simon, the first 2 rounds of the season, he hasn't won a Grand Prix, has he? And at the moment then, with Steele, who is currently won the first Grand Prix, has won the first Grand Prix, second at the moment then, is he? But he's getting a lot of pressure behind Max at the moment then. Of course, we do move on to Azerbaijan next week as well, and so it's going to be another street race as well. And we already said of how good Matt is in the street races, and this could potentially be a very strong start to season then, and that momentum could really carry Matt then through a lot of the season as well, and that will definitely give him momentum then, of course, in the as I thought Max was in the wall then, and just take a look there, because Penny has gone off it, gone off down in Mirabeau. He's lost the whole of the wing section now, and Penny's got to go in the pits then, because there's no way he's driving around that, unfortunately for Penny, so he's back in the pits then for the Haas team. That's a shame now for Penny, who's had a bit of a nightmare event then here in Monaco tonight. And they're just taking a look as well. Then they're coming back in. Oh, it's a Maxi there. I wonder if he's getting a bit frustrated. JJ's back in the pits as well. Then as JJ's done 20 laps on those medium tyres. And so I'm wondering what that. Did he come in the pits there and have a drive-through or something? Well, whatever the case may be, JJ has done 20 laps on the medium tyres. Unless the mechanics have put on some kind of issues. As Penny is gone off, and it's gone off in a big way as well. Yes, he's off it to back there. Is that going to be a safety car? The car is still in the middle of the track. Then Penny then. Oh, that's a big blow for Penny. He's had a big shot then. Just take a look then. I think they might clear it, but I'm going to be honest, that probably felt like a safety car to me. But yes, I think that they are going to clear it then. But look at that. That's right smack bang in the part of the course then. But yes, we're back racing once again then. And somehow or another, that's not a safety car. Look at these 6 cars and flying towards me now. Oh, incredible stuff indeed. Fitzy's now in no man's land, really, isn't he? PB is now coming up to the back of Gaz as well. That's going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? For the battle for 12th and 13th finish then. So just taking a look then down there. This is the battle here then. So it's Gaz. I think Gaz is still GS. He's got damage to the back of, on the back of Double's car, hasn't he, unfortunately. But Gaz is still doing a good job. He's only 2 positions away from the points. He does have a 40-second penalty, Gaz does, but that may not matter in the later stages of this race. And you still have to be in it to win it, don't you? So Gaz could potentially score some major points then. And his first points of his IRC career as well then. So keep an eye on that one. JJ, we just seen JJ as it was a flash of JJ, was it? But unfortunately he has gone off in a big way, and now there's a safety car. So 2 cars in the space of a couple of laps then, and now then this is good. Yeah, he's right in the middle part of the circuit there and going flying off, and Steve has got a 5-second penalty, a severe collision. Maxi and Steve, we give him 5-second penalties here. Oh goodness me, and at this state of play that is going to be a problem, a major problem in this race then. Soft tires is going on to Hogg then. I wonder if Fitz is going to coming to pits in front of the soft tires as well. He's got nothing to lose then. And what about T Sammy as well? I think T Sammy will have to react if Fizzy does, but the problem is behind it. 5-second penalty also for Gaz as he comes into the pits then. So he's going to serve that first 5-second penalty, but not the second 5-second, unfortunately. Oh dear, oh dear. And what are the drivers in front going to do? It's Steve and Max are going to come in the pits and probably serve these drive-through penalties, but that is a big blow, isn't it, for both those drivers then? And look at the pit stop action there out there. And so just on board then, Max is going to probably stay out then. Steve is staying out as well, so is Maxi. It's anyone going to be darting in the pits, and T Sammy is also staying out as well. I'm thinking that Fizzy might come in the pits at this stage, and just on board Fizzy. Yes, he does. He comes in the pits, and he's going to throw on, I think, will he throw on a set of soft tires to get him to the end race? Let's take a look then. He's also changing the nose code as well on the Mercedes then. I'm wondering if he might have a slight minimal damage there. That might have been the reason why he was dropping into that no man's land, as he might have had damage there. No, that could be the, that does make a lot of sense now, doesn't it? Because Fizzy was pretty quick, wasn't he? When they first started behind him then, so that could have been the, when the safety car came in then. Brown also coming out of the pits well then, so Matt is leading at the moment. See a second and 5-second penalty set. So Matt technically has the high ground, doesn't he? So these guys are going to pull a 5-second gap out to the car behind if they want to finish in front of them then. So this is going to get very interesting indeed then, isn't it? With well, it was coming to the twilight of this race. Well, we caught JJ's accident at the very last moment, didn't we? Because I was flicking through back up to the front then, and JJ's Ferrari just launched into the barrier. He still had those 20-lap medium tires on, so I'm not sure what happened there. If the graphics wrong, then I'm not sure if the graphics wrong or whatnot, or if JJ or if the Ferrari mechanics are just majorly caused some issues on JJ's car, which is a big blow. Mason has got a 5-second penalty there for crossing the white line at the pit exit, or I think it's yellow around here, isn't it? Lovely shot. Look at the harbour then, as you see. It's a lovely day here in the Principality, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed there. We've had wet race over the years in Monaco, haven't we? Of course, you can forget the 96 race there, where I think only 3 cars actually crossed the line there, didn't they? I think 4 cars were classified, wasn't it? Of course, it was Olivier Parnas's one and only race win in the Ligier, and that was Ligier's last race win as well, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there. And I think it was Coulthard and Herbert completed the podium as well. Frentzen was the final finisher in 4th position as well. As incredible race, wasn't it? And look at this then, and T Sammy has come in the pits then, so yeah, he's going to lose position because Fizzy is right behind him then, so he has lost position now, and T Sammy coming in the pits, so changing those tires. He's going to only lose 1 position now because Hogg is still catching up then. This might be a quite lengthy safety car period then, and T Sammy coming out of the pits now then, and he's going to have fresh tires like Fizzy, so Fizzy is going to be causing some major headaches, and T Sammy is now to the cars in front. I think Hulk would be as well to a certain degree now. We've got Val in at 9th position and Double in 10th position at in the Alpha, going for his 2nd points finish in a row then in the season, and great stuff indeed there. Rizzle 6 at 11th position and Gaz is in at 12th position then, and he is doing his best race of his career so far, 30th his PB. Look at Frisky, he is in the lapped runners. This is a major blow for Frisky, and he's only just put on the soft tires as well, so Frisky, look at that then, he's losing time then. He's going to be a minute behind the car in front then, so I think that might be Frisky's race all but done and dusted, unfortunately then. What a shame then. Same with Brown and Mason as well, and Brown was on a great race, wasn't he, and it's just all falling apart, hasn't it? So that's a shame indeed then. I think one more lap of the safety car and then we'll be back racing again. And let's take stock then. We're 27 out of 39 now. Matt leads the Grand Prix on lap 27. 2nd position is Steve and Maxi in 3rd position. Both 5-second penalties. In 4th position is Asdog on 15 lap old medium tires. 17 lap old and medium tires for Timmy as well. Those tires going to start to become second hand in the not too distant future. Fizzy on the soft tires. Brand new soft tires along with T Sammy and Hogg on 2 lap old soft tires as well. So those 3 jars are going to be really causing some concern for the 2 in front of them. I'm sure of that. As PB's got a 3-second penalty. Val is in a 9th position in the Williams there. 10th position is Double. Great stuff indeed there for Double, but he's being hunted down there by Rizzle 6 in 11th position. Gaz in his best performance of his IRC career in 12th position. PB in 13th position now. On the cusp, we're getting some points for PB. Frisky, unfortunately, is a lap down now and stuck behind the safety car. And 14th position. Brown in 15th position. And Mason in 16th position. That's right, as he comes in the pits there. Changing the nose cone now on the McLaren. And he's looks like... I think they've run out of tyres by the looks there on the McLaren, because he's still on 6 lap old medium tyres then, unfortunately for Mason C then. Oh, and Mason there has crossed the white line there, and I think that's a bit of frustration now coming out of the McLaren driver now, isn't it? It's been a very difficult day, hasn't it, for a lot of drivers out there. Which is it's a tough track though, unfortunately. It really is. It's one of the toughest on the season. Then we go to I would say, what do I gotta say, I don't really like Baku or Monaco really, but I think that it's a tough one, but I'm not sure which I prefer, Baku or Monaco. And then we go to Vietnam as well. 3 difficult races there, so it's going to really be testing your mettle, isn't it, for the next 3 races. Safety car is in this lap then. 16 cars remain. 13 are still on the same lap then. I think 14th, 15th and 16th made sure to get points now, but never say never in the world of IRC then. So when is Matt going to go then? He is about he's thinking about it. So when is he going to drop the hammer then? As we're coming out of Rascas as well, and so Matt then is just bunching them all up. Then now we're back racing here in Monaco. Then here we go. Then we got 11 laps to go. The Monaco Grand Prix. Maxi almost lost it down the straight. Then, and because of that, then this is going to allow Alstock. Alstock's on the outside. Then he's going to get squeezed. He has been squeezed out. He has been squeezed, and somehow he keeps out of the wall. Then, and look at this as Timmy and the Mercedes almost coming to blows as well. Then, so we go up the hill. Then, and I think that was very close indeed. Then, and look at this. That's Fizzy has passed. I wonder if Timmy might have let his teammate through, because his teammate, he does have damage, so Timmy does. I'm wondering if that was from the incident there, perhaps, but as he's just inside Brown at the moment, so Fizzy's got the softer tire then, so he's going to be causing all kinds of mischief now, isn't he, for the front 5. This is going to get very juicy indeed, isn't it, with just 11 laps to go in the Monaco Grand Prix. This is very much a hard slog, isn't it? Matt leads, Steve second, Maxi in third position there at the moment as it stands, and the second and third position are going to be dropping at least down to 6th position, maybe lower than that as well. This is going to get very interesting indeed then, and this is going to be this is going to be great then. So that's currently on the 17 lap medium tires, but look at how much understeer has got there as he's trying to push on and trying to get in front of Max. Then Steve's got to try and get in front of Matt as well, otherwise, because they're the Maxi and yellow flag then. And what's happened? Frisky's in the wall. He's in the wall at the New Val chicane now for the Renault driver. And oh dear, that's not good at all. Then coming down to complete. We're on the flat 30 then in this incredible Monaco Grand Prix. Fizz is going to send it, is he? Not quite then. He just ran out of rope then. You still got to be very brave to send it in. What about Gaz? Gaz has gone through because Russell 6 is back in the pit, so he's changing the nose cone once again then on the AlphaTauri. Gaz is back up into 11th position. Fantastic stuff indeed then, as we're coming up the hill once again. I'm just watching Val at the moment. It's T. Salmon who's all over the back of Timmy at the moment. Look at the Mercedes here all over the back of the racing point as well, as we come down to Mirabeau. And Fitzy there, I think that Fizzy there can see, look at that, you can see the leaders up there. Fizzy could potentially be looking at a second here then, but Astor is really struggling on those medium tires now, as those medium tires are going to be stretched, sending it to their very limit and beyond then. Fizzy though is using the overtake button, you can tell because the bar is green. Astor's going to defend there, and look at that then, it's Astor there defending, just going down into the New Val chicane there. And Fizzy there would love to have got past to that stage of proceedings, but that's not the case, is it? He's got to try and force Astor into mistake him, because he's losing quite a lot of time now. Fizzy is there. He's hit the inside. He's also got a 3-second penalty himself, but luckily he hasn't damaged the car, so that might be a little blow of what potentially might have been a huge problem there if he damaged the car. I feel that. So good stuff. So lucky there for Fizzy. Look at the front 3 there, really starting to bunch up there, but Matt does have the high ground, doesn't he? If anyone's watched Star Wars, the high ground is very important indeed. T. Tommy is all over the back of Timmy at the moment, and once again these two are really nose to tail, aren't they? In battle for 6 and 7 for the moment. Fursky Biscuit set the fast lap of the race then, as he has stolen that 1 point away from someone, and that just underlines that Frisky does have pace there, albeit yes, he is in clear air as well, and I think the other soft runners are not at the moment then. Oh my goodness me, and I'm not sure I thought that Williams was completely misjudged the breaking point there. Brown, he's in 14th position at the moment, Brown is. And we've got 8 laps to go then, but yes, that is still quite a long way in the terms of Monaco, isn't it? So just behind the McLaren. As Val just touched the outside there, didn't he? I'm not sure if he think he's okay, or oh goodness me, just hit the outside there as well. Adam Wolford saying, don't panic, Frisky, breathe, you got this, bro. Frisky down in a 60 position at the moment, but of course, Monaco, it's about a high attrition, isn't it? So never say never, never say never in this race. We've already had 2 safety cars, haven't we? Unfortunately, the problem for Frisky, Brown and Mason was they got lapped and it was not allowed to lap themselves out of the safety car, which is a bit harsh, really, isn't it? It was Brown is retired from the race. He's come to pits, he's out of the race, and that is such a shame because I think Brown was doing a really good job, wasn't he, in the opening stage of this Grand Prix, but it just it just didn't go right for him, did it, in the second half, which is such a shame, isn't it? So this is the battle for lead, and we got Matt, then we got Steve, we got Matt, Maxi and Steve all battling away at the moment. Then we got Asdog, who is holding up Fizz at the moment, but Asdog, that is Asdog's prerogative technically at the moment. Asdog is second on the road then, and that is a crucial part, isn't it, as Asdog would be loving that, won't he? And which had a very difficult season last season, Asdog did, but this season is very much a return to form, isn't it, for Asdog so far, even though as he had fast up on a 5th position last time out in Japan, and it was a really good race as well for us. So he's having an even better race here tonight. Great stuff, Val was almost really as a Brown's after session area, that Val's teammate. Val was I got to say, Val and Hogg, they were so close, weren't they, coming out of the swimming pool section there? But goodness gracious me! And then as they come up into, I think that was a leaf there, not a debris there, coming off of Hogg's car. Mason in the pits as well. Then so Mason there cutting the pits, and is in the McLaren there once again. And as he just, I wonder if he's going to throw on a set of soft tires and try and get a qualifying lap or 2 out here, and maybe just get the and just get a fast lap. It looks like he's gone back onto medium tyres, so he's done 12 laps then. And Rizstick said, oh, look at the Hogg's in the wall then, and he's come back on. And unfortunately, that is a loss of position. And that is all it takes in Monaco, isn't it, to lose a position there, lose a bit of concentration. And now I think that was quite a big clout into the wall, wasn't it, for Hogg? And Hogg there, unfortunately, the McLaren scored at any points at the moment, and Hogg is going to be limping home now, isn't he, in the McLaren? He has damaged the car, I think. Let's take a look if we can with the front, Mr. Director, please. And we'll see. Yes, that's a lot of damage as well. The understeer is going to be appalling there from Hogg. And double, there he is. He's in the background there. He can send some more points on the board there for the Alfa Romeo team. That car can hardly turn for Hogg. This is a big blow for the McLaren car. Oh dear. And Gaz is potentially on the verge of getting some his first points of his career. And can he keep going now with just 5 laps to go? I wonder, yeah, Hogg is going to have to come in the pits, and he is in the pits now. And that is a big blow from the McLaren driver. But if he's got any soft tyres left, then he might have to throw on a set of soft tyres there and really go for some qualifying laps. But he's going to need to really make hay as that Frisky is out of the race then. So he's come in and parked as well. Frisky has done the fast lap, and unfortunately that is the end of Frisky's race then. And look at that then, and I'm not sure what was happening down there. We had to quickly sprint to this part here, and yeah, Maxi was in front of, got a first safety car because Mason has had some issues, I think. And where is he gone then? And I'm not sure, but Mason, I think Mason's in the pits, isn't he? No, he isn't. He's at the exit of the swimming pool section, I think. And yeah, so oh dear, Mason out of the race as well. We're down to 13 cars in this race now. Matt still leads at the moment. Then Michael Preston saying an awful race that is. He is very disappointed, isn't he? Unfortunately, he got sub behind double, and then really he got lapped down. He had a lap down as well after as Frisky's after session. Then just watching Matt then as well as he is coming through Mirabeau as well at the moment. So Matt leads Steve second. Maxi was in front of Steve for a brief second there, but I think that it looked like the Maxi even let him pass, and I wonder if he just barged him out of the way then, perhaps. Maybe as oh, Maxi has got damage there. Has he got damage? I think he's got a lot of damage on that Ferrari. This is not good for Maxi, is it? He's going to be dropping down the order now. Oh dear. And the man who had the most pole positions last season is going to be struggling with that Ferrari car now. Asdog and Fizzy are just waiting at the wings, aren't they, for the Ferrari? Look at this. He's dropping back. He's only 2 seconds back, Maxi. This is a big blow, isn't it? Oh dear. Look at this in the queue. And now it's now going to be a conga line behind Maxi. And that 5-second penalty is is going to hurt him even more then, because he is dropping down to at least 8th position at the moment then. At least 8th position now. Gaz is still in the points moment, but unfortunately in terms of the rollback of time penalties, he is going to finish 11th, which is a shame for Gaz, and he's on the cusp then of getting his first points about T-Sammy, and oh my god, T-Sammy has muscled his way past, he is through past Timmy, and moves over to 6th position, and the double world champion is through, and Timmy there dropping down the order there, and Val is now also on the back of Timmy's grill as well at the moment. Oh my word, and this is getting very hair and scares now. Oh my word, they're just throwing it all against the wall now, and they're making it's like how you cook pasta, isn't it? You just throw against the wall and see if it sticks then. And the late stage there, T-Sammy, he's had a great run on Fizzy, this is going to be, oh what a manoeuvre there, he is through past and Fizzy again, getting very squirrelish, and the Timmy and Fizzy are going side by side. I know Fizzy's still in 6th position there. T-Sammy, 2 manoeuvres there, has propelled himself from 7th to 5th there, and he's also now on the cusp of 4th position as well because of Max's penalties. T-Sammy's had a quiet race, hasn't he? I'm not sure if he's struggled or if he's just waited in the wings then, but now he's in 2nd position, he's now in 4th position then, of course with the count back. Oh my word, I've knocked my headset off. But oh my word then, so T-Sammy, they're really doing a good job. Fizzy's dropping off the back now. Fizzy's having some issues as well in the second Mercedes, and Val is also getting very interested in this battle as well. Gaz and Rizzlesticks there are getting very close for cover as well. Look at that, and Timmy is both Mercedes are struggling on those struggling moment. I'm not sure if it's performance or tires or what, but both Mercedes are dropping back from their retrospective challengers at the moment now. Matt's leading there by 2/10 of a second then. Let's look at this as we come over the line. Then we've got 3 more laps to go here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Matt leads Steve in 2nd position, then Maxi in 3rd position. And look at that, the gap is 3 seconds at the moment. Asdog dropping back then because Asdog is trying to defend as much as he can then. We've got 2 Mercedes as well, also battling into Sanderford. Then this race is going to go right down to the wire here in Monaco. And of course, what do you expect? The last 4 years, the last 3-4 years in Monaco in IRC have been absolutely fantastic. And once again, and look at how quickly Hogg is got to the back of these battles. Guys here, and Gaz is not giving up though, is he? This is a potential 10th spot for Gaz. He does have damage, he has a lot of damage on that Haas, and a double error. And look at this, Gaz is looks like he just let the 2 drivers through them very judgmentally there for Gaz. I wouldn't have done the same now. Did Hogg go into the barrier? I don't think he did that. I just thought he said a bit of McLaren there. Back at the front then, these are the leaders at the moment, but I think we should be keeping an eye on what T-Sammy is doing there. T-Sammy, is he going to lunge? Oh, I thought he was going to lunge there. These 2 were teammates last season, weren't they? And but oh no, I think that was Val going very I thought he was completely off there, but Val's still on the tarmac, and that's what you need to be. And look as now Max is starting to, I think he's starting to compromise, trying to drive around that damage there, isn't he? On the Ferrari, isn't he? Yeah, so he's now starting to pull away from Asdog, but Asdog's done 25 laps on the medium tires. This might help actually, Maxi. This might help, Maxi. Look at the Mercedes in the background of Fitz. They're really struggling. Hogg is back in the points as well. And it's T-Sammy. He's having a look there. Oh my goodness, on for Schumacher and Hamilton there from 2011 there. Not quite then. And look at this as Timmy also can't get past Fitz at the moment. As now coming to the hill once again. And the gap in the front there is currently 4 tenths of a second, 3 tenths of a second. Then second to last up here in this epic Monaco Grand Prix. Then look at this. And it's all over the back of the Mercedes. See Williams is Valen on the cusp, and again Williams there, first points of the season as well. Williams didn't score, I don't think, until the second to last race last season, did they? So a much better season for the Williams team this time around then. And oh my word, if you ever want a screenshot, that's Williams' front wing, then there you go then, right underneath the rear diffuser. Timmy, brilliant 17 there, the Mercedes are flying in the tunnel as well, and this is the closest ball on track. Then T-Sammy is too far back, then is Timmy going to lunge? Not quite. What about Val? Not quite either then, as they just ran out of road, then going down into the new Val chicane then, accelerating out. This is great stuff indeed, isn't it? I'm absolutely enjoying this one from start to finish. It's been action packed, hasn't it? Really good stuff. And once again, and now Asdog there is starting to focus forward again, hasn't he? He's gone into the back, and I think Steve is going to get second position here at the moment because he's dropped too far back, and Astor will get the final point in, but Steve is now in second position. Val's got past Timmy. Val has got past Timmy. Timmy has dropped down to 8th in the Mercedes, and look at this then. So Val is now into a fantastic 7. He does have penalties though, so he might be relegated back down then. And whoa, Astor there was kissing the Armco barrier there as he's getting a bit too close there. Oh goodness me. I think Valdo is oh, Fizzy's gone wide. He's in the arm coat. Fizzy has his major damage on the Mercedes on the last lap, and he has dropped down the order. And now Timmy is through as well. And oh goodness me, then. So yeah, and Valdo, he's got 3 seconds to make up. Can he do it on the last lap then? Because those Mercedes are walking wounded, aren't they? Look at the double world champion there is also all over the back of Asdog as well. Asdog then he doesn't need to take a punt next. He's got that third position wrapped up. As long as he doesn't do anything untoward then in the final stage of the Monaco Grand Prix as well. And look, Valdo trying to push away, isn't he? And look at Steve, and he's just all over the back of Matt, isn't he? And look at this, he's all over the back. Remember, these two came to blows then in the Japanese Grand Prix. Will they do the same? It's not. I don't think so. This is the final corner of the last lap, and Matt comes out of the final corner and he wins for the second time in 3 years the Monaco Grand Prix. And T. Sammy is dropping down the order. What's happened? T. Sammy, now remember, he got the qualifier for this race. RCG's down in 8th position there. Asdog in 3rd position. Maxi might get 4th. No, Timmy gets 4th. Maxi down into 5th. Timmy, T. Sammy 6th. Val 7th. Fizzy in 8th position there. Double in a fantastic 9th position there. Double there. 2 races where he's really driven a strong performance, a really strong drive back, keeping his nose clean. Did a great job then. Hogan 10th, Rizzo 11th. Gaza, brilliant drive there. What a shame there. Just so close yet so far. Oh, amazing stuff indeed then. And they were on board there with Matt then as absolutely amazing stuff then for from Matt then. Brilliant stuff indeed. Oh, I'm absolutely and the guys are getting a 5-second post then. But Matt then, second time in 3 seasons, and he wins the Monaco Grand Prix. And for the 3rd time in 3 seasons, he's on the podium in the Monaco Grand Prix as well. He loves this place, doesn't he? Drive the day is PB. I got to say, and PB's had a very solid race, hasn't he? PB and Gaz, hasn't he? But I think that. And there he is celebrating as well. Matt is absolutely mega stuff indeed then. Steve in 2nd position, a strong start to the season for Steve then, as he has finished in front of 2 guys that finished in front of him last season in 2 races now. Good stuff indeed then, albeit Maxi didn't race in the first one. But Matt there is loving life in the Alfa Romeo at the moment, isn't he? With a very good 2 front row starts and now a Grand Prix win as well. Amazing stuff indeed then. 2nd position was Steve, and he had a 5-second penalty, but in the end that didn't hurt him too much. Asdog in a 3rd position there, in a strong performance for Asdog, then back on the podium then where he belongs then. 4th position is Timmy keeping his nose clean. Maxi down in 5th position there. T. Sammy in 6th position. 7th position is Val. Fizzy down in 8th then. Double in 9th position. Strong performance there for Double once again. 10th position was Hog in the end. He had a very much up and down race then. Rizzo 6th and 11th, 12th position PB. Gaz in 13th position there. Retirements was Frisky, but had the fastest lap. Mason, Brown, JJ, Penny, and Roscoe all retired from this Monaco Grand Prix. Absolutely magnificent stuff indeed. Then Jan saying, "Woohoo, Matt, you got him!" Absolutely amazing stuff indeed. Then I've got to say, that's a fantastic Monaco Grand Prix, isn't it? It never fails to deliver here in RC. Absolutely splendid stuff. And that is our first of the triple threat races to come up. Then remember, next week we are at Azerbaijan. That's another racer Matt has had a lot of success in. He is very much the man to beat so far in this championship campaign, along with Steve. Both those 2 IRC veterans are on a fantastic start then to the season. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then from both those drivers. Oh, absolutely brilliant stuff, then. Right then, so yes, in a week's time, then we'll be back for more IRC action. That it will be at the Grand Prix in Azerbaijan, and then the week after that, we will be at Vietnam as well. As we end our triple threat of street circuits. Absolutely incredible stuff, isn't it? Because once again, like last season, we just seem to have a deluge, don't we? Right then, so that's going to be it for RC tonight then. We'll see you in a week's time then as we go to Baku. Good night.